you by Your Plate and Nature Valley.
Champion, wait for the champion, 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 champion forever. Looking at the champion, champion, champion,
and welcome to Sunrise Fitness with the Wellfit Club. I'm Camila McDonald, your personal trainer and your lifestyle change coach. And today we're going to move, we're going to sweat, and we're going to show up for ourselves like never before. And I promise you, this is about to be the start of something really special. So today we're going to be tackling strength and conditioning for a fun full body workout that's going to target your entire body. You're going to be using lots of different muscles to strengthen, shed, shape, and tone. We're going to be combining a group of 7 exercises that are going to improve your endurance. They're going to increase your flexibility and truly get you well fit from head to toe. Right after that, we're going to cool down and jump into the Wellfit pillar of the day. So for this workout, all you'll need is a pair of dumbbells, a mat, and a jump rope. I also want to make sure that you have a glass of water close by. You're going to need that. All right, so I want you to get your equipment, and I'll see you right after the break with a sweat that you do not want to miss. We'll be right back.
New Yoplait protein. Creamy, smooth, and delicious. With the same Yoplait taste you love. 15 grams of protein never tasted so good. Real good, real strong, real smooth. New Yoplait protein.
Our days get a little complex sometimes. Often so many things make sense, yet so many do not. We are being intentional about giving prominence to the big stories in order to clarify and enlighten. Lead Story explains who, what, when, where, why, and how. Lead Story with George Davis, weekdays at 6:30 p.m. on CVMTV.
Jamaica's favorite drama, Your Guilty Pleasure.
You listen to me, is it, Trevor Madden? I don't want you to gamble with my life or the lives of our children.
Royal Palm Estate is on CVM every Tuesday and Sunday at 9 p.m.
Welcome back, risers. We're going to jump right into our warm-up, okay? So I want you to start with the shoulders going back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's take it forward. Other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, now we're gonna get the arms going across the chest. This is some dynamic exercises to get your heart rate all the way up. Are you ready for our really beautiful workouts? All right, so now we're gonna step side to side with our right and left legs. Let's go. Right and left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so we're gonna take the right and the left arm up with the leg. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. High kicks. 1, 2. Keep that core nice and tight, chest up. 6, 7, 8. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jog on the spot. Let's go. We're getting that heart rate all the way up so we can safely move throughout the workout today. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale it out. In through the nose. And exhale it out. Hip openers. 1, 2, let's go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so we're gonna kick with the right leg, back with the left. Let's go. Kick with the right, back with the left. Kick with the right, back with the left. Make sure you breathe in. Kick with the right, back with the left. Change. Kick with the left, back with the right. Kick with the left, back with the right. Let's go. Kick with the left, back with the right. Kick with the left, back with the right. Now we're gonna scoop down all the way down, calf scoops. So you're gonna get your heels up. I hope you feel your heart rate raising up. And then we're just gonna jog it out. It's right here. Scoop in, 3, 2, 1, and jog on the spot. All right, guys, we're gonna prep up and get ready. This workout is about to be amazing. Gear up mentally. You got out of bed. Let's make it worth it, okay? Deep breaths in. Exhale. Deep breath in. And exhale. Let's breathe in. Exhale. All right, we are ready for our workout. I want you to grab your dumbbells. All right, we're gonna turn them into each other. We're going to start with a backward lunge to an overhead press. All right, we have 7 exercises that we're gonna move in. So stand upright, the dumbbells are facing inwards, elbows almost touching right here. Take a large step backward with your left foot. Lower your hips so that your right thigh, right, that's your front leg, becomes parallel to the floor with your right knee. And I want it positioned directly over your ankle. Then you're gonna step back to the starting position, brace your core, and you're gonna drive your hands upwards, straightening your elbows to press the dumbbells overhead. All right, and we're alternating. So maintain a neutral spine all throughout. Okay, so down and raise up. Let's go. Down and up. Alternating backward lunge with that overhead press. Keep your core nice and tight. Raise up. That's it. We're here for 30 seconds before we move on to the next exercise. That's it. All the way up. Very good. Couple more seconds. And up. Put your dumbbells down. And we're gonna go into floor squat touches. So let's start with the low impact version. So we're just gonna step out, right and left. So this is low impact if you cannot manage any jumping on those knees. All right, and if you're gonna jump with me, all the way out and in. Land really softly on those knees. In, down, in. Remember, low impact. You just step in right and left right here, okay? Keep your chest up and down and up. And we can go as fast. You're gonna meet your body right where it is today, okay? Go as fast as you can. That's it. Couple more seconds here. Good job, guys. You're doing so well. All the way down and up. That's it. 10 more seconds. You got this. That's it. Do you feel that burn? I know I do. Let's go. Last and down. All right, so grab your weights again. We're moving right back to those backward lunges. All right, elbows tucked in, chest up nice and tall. Let's go. All the way down, raise up, backward lunge, raise up. Make sure you're breathing. Do not hold your breath. All the way up. Very good. Down and up. Down and up. Let me see you smile. And up. A few more seconds here, guys. Work through that burn with me. You got this. Very good. And very good. All right, weights down. We're gonna move into lateral lunges, all right, with a hop back or a walk back. So I want you to stand with your feet hip width apart. I want you to take a big step to the side with your right leg. Bend your left knee. Push your hips all the way back and lower until your knee is bent 90 degrees. And then push down to the start. Then you're gonna put your arms, your hands, the palms of your hands down. You're gonna step or hop back and walk back together. Let's go, same again. All the way out, hop back or walk back, all right? I'll show you from side. So all the way down, we're walking back, parallel to the floor, and back up or hop back, okay? Lateral lunge, hop back. Lateral lunge, hop or walk back. Let's go. Lateral lunge, sink down, hop or walk back. That's it, guys. Lateral lunge. Hop or walk back. Let's go. A few more seconds here. Lateral lunge. Hop or walk back. Let's go. Lateral lunge. Are you feeling that? And last one. Lateral lunge. Hop or walk back. Good job, guys. Okay, so now we're gonna move into mountain climbers. I want you to put both hands and knees on the floor. You're gonna place your right foot near your right hand, and you're gonna extend your left leg behind you. All right, in one smooth motion, you're gonna switch your legs, keeping your arms in the same position, okay? So, body is parallel to the floor, raise up, and we're gonna come in, right here. You can also just take your knee to your elbow right here, if you need to, okay? Keep going. 30 seconds right here. Push it. This is where it counts. Push it. Keep your core tight. A few more seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Push it. Push it. That's it. And up. Excellent. All right, so now we're gonna move over to the left with our lateral lunges, all right? Are you feeling the burn? I know I am. All right, so we're gonna go right into it and go. Left, hop or walk back. Bend that leg, straighten the right, hop or walk back. Let's go. Over. Let me see you feel it. That's it. I know you're moving over there. Let's go. Keep going, stay focused. You're doing so well. Just a few more. Work through that burn with me. So good. And that's it. Good job, guys. Okay, now we're gonna lie down on our mat. We're gonna do right leg V-ups. Okay, so you're gonna lie down on your back. You're gonna stretch your arms all the way out, legs all the way out. We're gonna exhale and roll up while we're lifting our right leg to reach for your toes and then roll back slowly. So we're staying on the right here. Raise up. Now you may only be able to get up to your knee, and that's fine. You're meeting your body where it is today, all right? The core is one of the most important parts of the body to tone and to get strong. All right, all the way up. Breathe. All the way up. You're doing so well. Come all the way up. We're getting ready to move over to the other side. 4, 3, 2, left leg straight into it. That's it. Looking good. All the way up. And know that your core is burning now, but push through it, guys. This is where it matters. All the way up. All right, few more seconds here. All the way up, stay strong. Legs up and all the way back. Few more seconds. You've got this. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna turn all the way into a plank. All right, so I want you to put both of your forearms onto the mat. Both elbows and fists are flat on the ground. You're gonna get up on your toes and engage your abs right here. We're just gonna stay, we're gonna breathe. Make sure your spine is neutral. Make sure your body is parallel to the floor. You got this, guys. Stay right here. If you feel like you need to drop, just lower your knees to the floor and come right back up. Hold it. Hold it. 4, 3, 2, and that's it. So take a sip of water, take some deep breaths. We have about 10 seconds before we go again. We're gonna grab our dumbbells for our backward lunges, all right? And our overhead press. Let's go straight into it. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale it out. This is round 2. You got this. Ready and go. We're gonna stay on the right side this time, okay? Right side, raise up, staying on the right. Lower, backward lunge. And up, let's go. Smile with me, smile with me. That's it. Down. And up, keep that core nice and tight. Down. And up. Excellent. Down. And up. Let's go. Few more seconds. And up. And down. And up. All right, drop the dumbbells. We're gonna go straight into squat floor touches. Ready, 30 seconds, and go. Down and up. So if you can keep up with me, that's great. But again, this is your workout. This is your time. So if you need to step, if you need to go a little bit further or slower, then that's fine, all right? Almost there. That's it. Good job. 3, 2, and 1. All right, step into the right. We're staying on the right in this round. Ready? And go. Lateral lunge. And hop back. Lateral lunge. And hop back. Lateral lunge. And hop back. Again, lateral lunge. Hop back. Again, lateral lunge. Hop or walk back. Keep going. All right, now we're gonna go right down to mountain climbers, all right? Remember, palms on the floor, getting up in a plank position. Ready, and 30 seconds, go. Push through it, guys. This is where it counts, where it's burning the most. Use your willpower and stick to it. Remember, you can just bring your knees to your chest if you need to. Keep it going. Almost there. Few more seconds. Woo. Feel that burn. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna go into single leg V-ups. We're gonna go on the right only the whole time. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and 30 seconds. Go up, down, up, down, up, down. Let's go all the way up, guys, all the way up. Don't cheat me. Move through it. Up, down, up. Use your core to raise all the way up. Staying on that right side. Last one. Squeeze it out. Excellent. All right, we're gonna go into a plank position. Get ready. 30 seconds, girls and guys. 30 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Ready? And go. All right, firm abs. Firm abs. Let me feel that focus. Let me feel the burn. Let's go. We are sweating together. We're transforming together. Let's do this. Risers. We came all the way here. Let's make it worth it. A few more seconds. Hold it. Hold it. Don't even think about dropping. 3, 2, and 1. All right, sip some water. We're gonna tackle the left side. You're doing so well. Breathe it out. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale it out. One more time, in through the nose. And exhale it out. Let's jump into the left side. Ready? Grab those dumbbells. I'm gonna jump right in. Last round, best round. All right? Left side, ready? And go. All the way down. Raise up. Down. Raise up. Down. Raise up. Your body's saying thank you so much for making me move this morning. We're gonna be filled with endorphins and dopamine, serotonin to get us through our day, but we have to work for it, okay? Almost there. A few more seconds. Weights down. Let's do this. jump, floor, squat touches. Ready? And go. 30 seconds right here. You're doing so well. Stay with me. I need to feel that energy. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Work for the body that you want. Work for the mind that you want. Focus the immune system. Let's go. Almost there. Breathe it out. 4, 3, 2, left side. Let's go. Lateral lunge and hop back. Ready? Let's do this. Down, walk or hop back. All the way out. Remember, you bend in the left into a 90 degree with your hips all the way back. Straighten in the right. Let's go. Almost there. Almost there. Last one. Good. All right. Next is mountain climbers. All right, guys, this is the time in the workout where you're gonna want to feel like you're gonna give up. All right. This is where we dig in. All right. This is where we get strong. So let's go. 30 seconds, mountain climbers. Ready? And let's do this. A few more minutes and this workout is over. All right. Work for it, work for it. Nothing good in life comes easy. We have to work for everything that we want to get, right? So let's go. Woo! Push it. You're doing so well. Move it, move it, move it. In 5, 4, 3, 2. All right. Down for our V-ups. Left side. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Work through it. All the way up and down. That's it. You guys are looking so good. I can feel your energy from all the way over here. Woo! Up and down. Use your core. Use your core, use your core. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent, guys. Okay, this is our last exercise of the entire workout before we jump into our sweat. All right, so we're moving into our plank. 30 seconds. Let's get strong together. Ready? And go. Hold it. Hold it. I want to visualize. I want you to visualize your best self right here. All right? Your best self. What does he or she look like? What does it feel like to be your best self? Hold it here. Remember, you can go down on your knees if you need to, but come right back up. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and give yourselves a clap. We did that. That was so good, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so proud of you. Let's rise up, risers. All right, shake it out. You did so well. I'm so proud of you. I know it's not easy to show up in this way, but trust me, it's gonna be worth it. And in no time, you're gonna be feeling like your best self, all right? But we have to work for it. So, like any good workout, we need a good cool down, okay, and a good stretch. We want to prevent injuries. We want to just get our heart rate right back to our normal beating rate. All right, and let's take it up and over. Deep breath in, exhale it out. Let's pull it all the way to the left and take your left arm all the way across the chest right here. Deep breath in through the nose, exhale it out. Let's pull at the elbow right here and we're going to lean away. Feel that delicious stretch right here. Nice. All right, so we're gonna stretch our quads. I want you to raise your left arm up. We're gonna pull it, pull it, pull it, and right, left, right. Again, left leg. Pull it, pull it, pull it, and left, right, left. 2 more times. And right, left, right. Pull it, And left, right, left. All right, so let's get the hamstring stretching right here. Ooh, don't you feel like $1 million? And all the way over to the other side. And we're gonna hop together and roll up slowly. Rotate the neck all the way around. Excellent. And other direction. Let's take one last deep breath in. Exhale it out. And I'd love to see you right after the break. We're going to be talking about sleeping and the importance of sleep and some tips to make sure that you're getting the best sleep possible. All right, see you soon after the break. Good job, guys.
New Yoplait protein. Creamy, smooth, and delicious. With the same Yoplait taste you love. 15 grams of protein never tasted so good. Real good, real strong, real smooth. New Yoplait protein.
What's your story? What's your sign? We're dreamers. Don't care what other people say. We're doing this in our own way. We come alive. We come alive. We come alive. We're doing this in our own way. We come alive.
Sunrise family, welcome back and thank you for getting through our first workout together. I'm so proud of you. I hope you're feeling as good as I am. And of course, as you know, there's a whole lot more to a healthy life than just a great workout, right? So that's why each day we're going to explore the 7 pillars of the Wellfit Club together. Move well, which we just did. There's eat well, there's drink well, there's sleep well, there's rest well, there's feel well, and there's live well. And today's Wellfit pillar of the day is sleep well, right? A great day really starts with a good night's sleep. So adults, you need 7 to 9 hours of sleep every single night. And children 6 to 12 years old, they need 10 to 13 hours, right? And the problem is that most of us are not even getting half of that. Yet a good night's sleep cleans the brain of toxins, physically restores us, helps us with our mood regulation, helps to prevent chronic diseases, strengthen our immune system, among so many other things. So we're gonna go through a few tips together to ensure that you're getting your good night's sleep. All right, so the first is better time management. You have to create the space in your day to get everything you need to get done. By about 9:30, 10 p.m., it's time to start winding down from your day and preparing your body for sleep, okay? So I want you to take out your planners today, your calendars, get into time blocking and become a master of your time. It's one of those lessons that will be most useful for us as we're building healthier habits. All right, another tip is to make sure that you're developing a nighttime routine and stick to it. It's not our kids that are the only ones that need this, right? For me, I love making my anti-inflammatory tea in the evenings, and I just use that time to journal and reflect on the day and make peace with the day. And then I do a guided meditation that's specifically designed for sleep. And then afterwards, I'm out like a log, right? Until the next morning. Okay, so what about you? I want to hear what your sleep routine is and share some tips with all of us, okay? So the next one is, if you are a coffee drinker, you have to make sure that you consume your cup no later than noon so that it doesn't affect your quality of sleep. Also, you want to make sure that your bedroom is dark and cool. For the most part, it's gadget free. So let's make a commitment to avoid all devices at least 30 minutes before you go to bed. I want you to try to get outside in natural sunlight for at least 30 minutes in the day. Among other benefits, this is going to help to support your circadian rhythm, which is very important for sleep. And I want you to track your sleep hours this week. I want you to observe what your sleep patterns are, how much sleep you're actually getting. This is going to be a powerful exercise, okay? So share your findings with us and the rest of the Sunrise Fitness family. Guys, I know it's not going to be easy. We're building habits, but we're going to do it together. All right, so join me again tomorrow morning for another great workout right here on Sunrise Fitness.
Fitness. Brought to you by Yoplait and Nature Valley.
It really, really nice. May I have to say it twice.
The time by Jamaica Mountain Peak Golden Turmeric Latte is
6 o'clock.
Rise to the occasion, look at yourself and say you're strong. No one can stop you, oh yeah. Rise to the occasion, go ahead, you know you're strong. No one can stop you. It's for you to make the best in the life. Now that you've got the chance, get up and step towards your goals, it's alright. Fulfill your needs and wants. Hey, rise! The note is there to be hit. When I miss, when I have a flat, when I have a sharp, I hit that note.
All right, parties. Well, rise to the occasion. Look at yourself, then say you're strong. No one can stop you.
Hey.
Yeah. What we going to do?
Rise to the occasion. Go ahead and know you're strong. No one can stop you. Happy Monday.
Yes, it's a brand new week. And Sizzler says it's for you to make the best in life. Know that you got to, you have the chance to get up and step towards your goal, and it's all right. Fulfill your needs and wants.
I love it.
Man,
I love it.
it's one of my favorite tunes.
Like it's one of them psych me up tunes.
Honestly.
Like, you're going in, if I was a boxer.
Dennis, stop that.
That
is crazy.
Yeah, so you were saying?
I was saying, if I was a boxer, that would definitely be my entrance song. That would be my.
I always see it as my. Yeah.
And you have two Rasta epaulet for you.
I have a flag man.
Oh, easily. But I need a very specific flag man.
Flag
Junior.
And we've never spoken about this before.
It's Junior Gang Flagman want.
I swear to you. Oh, what a moment.
Kindred spirit. Kindred spirit.
You've never seen a sunrise quite like this.
Honestly. Dennis, by the way, belated Happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you.
Belated Happy Father's Day to all the dads,
Happy
all
Father's
of
Day,
viewers, all the
belatedly,
gents in our studio.
Yeah, definitely.
I hope you guys had a lovely day. How was your Father's Day?
It was nice. Did family things, went to church, went to a christening.
Nice.
So, it was good, and everything was centered around, a reflective moment about fatherhood and its importance.
Yeah.
And I'm all about highlighting fatherhood and its importance.
I know.
Yeah, definitely. I really, really felt good. At the end of the day, I was like, another one.
Good. Very nice. Yeah. I actually love when dads are celebrated. I'm one of those people who actually feel a significant amount of displeasure when people use Father's Day to speak negatively.
Yeah.
But I understand the delicacy of it and the nature of our society, where we do have quite a few men who maybe don't do what is expected. And so I understand that people are just like, yeah man, that this day is bash the deadbeat them day. But no, I think the day is to celebrate the men who do it right.
Do the day before or the day after.
Yeah, celebrate the men who do it and do it well.
We don't want to hear it personally,
And I also think Mother's Day is for mothers. I think, it's for the men who do it well. We acknowledge and celebrate you and tell you thank you. So
definitely. I also want to say, because I wasn't here on Friday, but belatedly happy birthday to Tami. It was a nice show. It was a nice vibe.
Honestly,
everything around it was wonderful. I loved it. I really enjoyed watching that show.
Feel away, so I couldn't wear.
Yeah.
Feel missing.
We did their country, and I was like, I would have been that.
I had FOMO.
Yeah.
I definitely had FOMO on that one.
That was me. Yeah, man. But big up.
Yes.
All right. What you got in terms of motivation?
Well, our motivational quote of the day is, don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant. That one is from Robert Louis Stevenson. I like that.
Yeah.
I definitely believe it's really important to plant seeds.
Yeah.
And there's a season for everything. A season
Exactly.
for planting and a season for reaping.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But even and then there's a time when you're planting these seeds. And every day you go plant them seed there.
Right.
Right? So if you're judging by what you're reaping, then you'll only be, looking at a very small fraction of the picture.
Correct.
So you're always judging by what you're putting into tomorrow.
Yeah. You have to continue to sow the seeds.
Yeah, definitely. And
What's our word of the day?
Our word of the day is moratorium. Moratorium. It is a temporary prohibition of an activity. So, for example, to protect Jamaica's coral reefs, there has been a moratorium on parrot fishing, for instance, or parrot fishing with certain size, So you hear reference made to there will be a brief moratorium, so and so and so. So we're not. So I know that we like to use words like ban, but there are various things that you can do to prohibit something from happening. And ban is maybe the most extreme
end of the spectrum. Yeah.
But what you might say. In policy, you don't say, we're going to take a pause on this. That's not what you say in policy.
No,
in policy, you're going to say, you're going to impose a moratorium.
Yes.
So a moratorium, and of course, where the emphases are is important. So the ma, and not the ra, and the to,
and not the rium.
So
Well, Dennis, I think you put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. Oh man.
Yeah, definitely.
That's actually a classic line for me. That's one of my faves in a film.
Yeah.
You put the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
I don't even know where it came from, but I know.
Wasn't it Jack Black?
Is it? I don't know.
I'm going to check and then I'll tell you.
All right.
I can't say 100%.
I don't know, but it doesn't matter. It's funny.
It does. I think so too.
Definitely. Today is World Combat Desertification and Drought. It's scary to think, actually, because I don't even know if I got the word right. But think of the land of wood and water with no water. That's why it's so important to understand and respond to the call to reserve and preserve our natural resources. That's what the World Day to Combat Desertification and Drought is about. This year's theme is United for Land, Our Legacy, Our Future. Ensuring that we protect and we restore where possible soil and water resources, not just for us, but for the future generations.
Yes. For sure. No joking. We need to be very focused on what is happening where drought is concerned. We actually need to not sleep on it. It's an issue.
Absolutely.
You know what else today is? I actually love that this is a day. Today is Global Garbage Man Day.
I did not know that they had one.
Nor did I, but I love this because I often say societies cannot function without this role. Healthy operating societies need a system of garbage collection that is efficient and diligent and timely, and we are so much better for these people that give of their time and their services in this field. Everybody not jump up and say this is what they want to do and then blow up, But to the people that do, I am absolutely grateful. So big up you. So there are many people in the world that make a huge difference in our day-to-day lives, and they are one of them. I don't think we give enough credit
I agree.
the garbage collectors.
You see, the thing is, people need to appreciate this. Wherever humans are, humans, by the very nature of their existence, produce waste.
Yes.
And so in order for humans to live healthily, there needs to be a system of waste collection.
Correct.
Right? And so human societies, which produce mass amounts of waste, have to develop the science and the technology and the systems to collect the waste that humans produce.
Yeah.
And so societies are defined by their ability to clean up their waste.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
I think it's a huge one. Me big up every garbage collector out there. Your work is a special work, and we thank you. We're grateful for you.
Indeed.
Also, I think I know who said it now. It's Mike Myers.
It's Mike Myers?
Yeah.
That sounds like a Mike Myers, definitely. Yeah. Did somebody tell you in your ear?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank God for great producers.
Copa
you know what else we're excited about? We are excited about Copa.
Yes,
it's only
so close.
a few days left until
Today's
we kick
the
off
17th.
Copa America 2024. Tune into CVMTV to catch all the live Reggae Boys action at Copa America 2024 starting this Thursday, June 20 to July 14. Watch the Reggae Boys compete against the likes of Argentina, Brazil, Mexico, USA, and others, depending on how far we get in the competition. We'll have the Copa scoop for you a little bit later in the show, so stick around. You don't want to miss it.
Also, do you know that this day in history, June 17, 2021, was actually when Juneteenth National Independence Day started. So it was signed into law by President Joe Biden. I don't know why I thought Juneteenth was a thing from forever
Or
since.
maybe it was unofficial.
I think it was an unofficial holiday, yeah.
So
It was signed in by Joe Biden. You can see it there on screen, and it was this was the first. It was to become the first federal holiday established since Martin Luther King Jr. Day in 1983. So it's now officially celebrated on the 19th of June. Yeah.
Okay.
I never realized that Juneteenth was nothing until...
Because, you know, especially if you're around enough black Americans,
yeah.
you hear reference made to it.
Correct.
It's just, but it's an informal thing in the subculture. But now it has moved.
It's a thing, for real. Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Happy birthday to Hansel Parchment, track and field athlete who competes in the 110 hurdles. He is reigning Olympic champion in the event.
Yeah.
This is not us taking sides, but happy birthday to Kendrick Lamar, rapper, songwriter. He's often regarded as one of the greatest rappers of all time. He is the only musician outside of the classical and jazz genres to be awarded the Pulitzer Prize for music.
Also, Venus Williams is celebrating her birthday. American professional tennis player and a former world #1 in both singles and doubles, Venus. She's won 7 Grand Slam single titles and 5 at Wimbledon, 2 at the US Open. She's widely regarded as one of the greatest of all time. You know, I love Venus, but I feel sorry for Venus. You can imagine that you have a play at a time when your sister is playing and it's just that good, and your sister just happens to be the GOAT. Jaja. But bless up Venus.
Bless her. I mean, she had her little time in the sun before.
Yeah.
You know, before Serena came on.
Little.
You know? But definitely, that's it for us. It's going to take a quick break. We're going to go over to one of our favorite segments of the day, which is, of course, the mixtape. Because a wise man once said, everybody can dance, but everybody ain't a dancer. He was talking about me. But clearly, he wasn't talking about Sunrise Skankers. So get up and start moving. It's a Sunrise Global Dance Mix. Run it, selector.
What kid it?
Is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your smile. You're all I've ever wanted. And my arms are open wide. 'Cause you know just what to say. And you know just what to do.
Call on them, Rastaman a call on them, like and thunder a go fall on them. Call on them, the children a call on them, proper education them a depend. If you don't listen to the calling, then you know you're in a danger. Say the voice of the people is the voice of Jah. Turn your backs on the sufferer, and let the children a fight for food in other gutters and the ghetto yard. If you can't hear, most of the fields some of the time. If you can't hear, most of the fields some of the time. Be settled, be settled, be stable, be stable yourself. Settle. But you're settled, moving like the devil himself. Settle.
Come on and sing along. All night long. All night. All night long. All night. All night. All night long. All night. All night long. Yeah. Once you get started, you can't sit down.
The new KFC KFC Chizza Zinger. Crispy, spicy chicken topped with marinara sauce, mozzarella cheese, and pepperoni in a brioche bun. Available for a limited time. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
What can you buy with 50 Jamaican dollars?
A bula cake, you know. Not at all.
A bag juice?
No.
Mommy, where you can get for 50 Jamaican dollars?
Nothing.
You know, so with BCIC Smalls, for 50 Jamaican dollars a day, you can get insurance for your car. For $50 a day,
Yeah, sure, cat.
you can insure your vehicle and drive away. For 50 Jamaican dollars a day, you can get insurance for your car.
Choose your life insurance coverage, apply, and pay online. Live the e-life with Sagicor Life.
The time by Sagicor Life is
6:15.
The new KFC Chizza Zinger. Crispy, spicy chicken topped with marinara sauce, mozzarella cheese, and pepperoni in a brioche bun. Available for a limited time. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Our days get a little complex sometimes. Often so many things make sense, yet so many do not. We are being intentional about giving prominence to the big stories in order to clarify and enlighten. Lead Story explains who, what, when, where, why, and how. Lead Story with George Davis, weekdays at 6:30 p.m. on CVMTV.
Jamaica's favorite drama, your guilty pleasure.
All that having a baby now is going to do for you is make you a prisoner of this apartment.
Long run shot, kid.
Royal Palm Estate is on CVM every Tuesday and Sunday at 9 p.m.
Welcome back, Sunrisers. It's Monday, June 17. The time is now 6:16, and you know what that means. It's time for our headlines with none other than the Teak of the Week. Good morning, Teeks. How are you?
Great morning. How are you guys?
I'm good.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday,
It's good to
Happy
see
Monday.
you guys. It's good to be here. Happy belated Father's Day and all these things. Yeah.
Father's Day wasn't belated, but okay. Father's Day was on time.
It's your greeting that's belated, Teeks. So it's belated. Happy Father's Day.
Let's jump into the headlines, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's jump into it. So, what's been happening in the news? Hotel workers stage protest over unpaid wages. Major protests erupted at the Round Hill Hotel. The cause of the unrest stems from allegations that the hotel has failed to honor its contract agreements and make necessary payments to its employees and contractors. Protesters gathered outside the hotel holding signs and chanting slogans demanding justice and fair treatment. The atmosphere was tense as the crowd swelled, calling for immediate action from the hotel's management. One protester emphasized that without tips from visitors, they cannot make ends meet. Walker notes they've been working without receiving the payments promised in their contracts for several months, and many are currently struggling to support their families despite numerous attempts to resolve the issue through dialogue. The hotel's management has been unresponsive to the workers' entreaties.
So I'm not certain because, for instance, is it that they're not receiving their salary, or is it that there are other emoluments that they're supposed to receive that they're not getting, and so they're not able to? When we say they're not getting what they're supposed to get in their contract, you know, I'd like some clarity on that, because I mean this is very embarrassing especially for a hotel of Round Hill's pedigree and reputation.
But from the story, it appears as though they're saying it's their salary, because it says they're living off of tips,
as well as the fact that they're not standing up to their contracted agreements. It sounds like what they have been contracted to be paid is not being paid.
So is it that they're not getting their salary on one time, or is they not getting their correct salary on one time? It's not what they're contractually agreed upon. You understand?
They're not getting it. They're not getting it, as far as my understanding is, and based on what they were saying
how long has this been going on
in the story. It's been going on on for a little while, because that is what has now led them to take this action versus it's been something that they've talked about and they've asked about, and the union is involved and things like that, and it's still not being rectified. So I think that is where their frustration lies at this time.
In terms of your knowledge of the story, did the union speak up about it and speak on behalf of the workers at the protest?
One of the workers actually said that, in spite of the discussions from the unions, they still have not been able to resolve.
They've been having ongoing dialogue. Okay, and the management of the hotel didn't think it was important to come out and have the management side of it?
Have the management side of what? The discussion?
As in to speak. Or did management come out and speak to the workers who were protesting?
Not to my understanding. So, I mean, we only got the side, of course, of the protesters, because those are the persons who spoke with our cameras. We didn't hear any response or any statement from the management side. And I always say to myself, things happen with companies. Things happen. Things happen.
There are a lot of people. There are a lot of people. There's a lot of people who work and don't get paid. Don't get paid according to their contract.
What I was going to say was that, things happen, and on a business side, things can happen.
Exactly.
But it's the communication to the workers that's very important, and it shows a level of respect and a level of consideration that I think many workers would understand. Like, listen, guys, here's what's happening. This is a situation. Then it's much more palatable to not receive your pay when you actually have communication from people.
And it don't feel like you just have to take me feed you.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I show up and do my part, but you don't follow your end of the bargain.
Because don't show up and don't do your part,
Hey. Okay.
That will be problematic.
Okay.
But anyway, let's go on to headline number 2. Manchester Municipal Corporation working on drains. So after receiving numerous complaints regarding the same issue, the mayor of Mandeville has taken serious action against one company that has been found in breach of the environment laws. This is the municipal corporation's first step in addressing the drainage issue in the parish. For years, sections of Mandeville, Manchester have suffered immensely when it rains heavily due to a poor drainage system. But Ward Avenue in particular is infamous for its constant flooding. And just like the residents who are frustrated, so too is Mayor Donovan Mitchell. At the municipal corporation's monthly meeting, he highlighted how the corporation plans to rectify the issue. He outlined step 1, proper research must be done. Step 2, do your fact checking. That's how the corporation discovered that the drainage system was indeed being blocked. The mayor says his team went on a quest to find the perpetrator. The letter detailed how the Tycon Resources Company in Manchester left drains blocked with cement. Mayor Mitchell says Mupen, who is the company secretary, refused to accept it. The corporation has requested that the company cease all operations. In addition, it has given the company notice that on Sunday it will be accessing the property to restore the drain. The police will also be in attendance to prevent any hindrance to the process.
So other than dealing with that individual, what systems are being put in place? Because the impression I got is that something is now being done to fix the problem. So that one person is a fix of the problem? I don't think so. What system? I thought I was going to hear that now there is a drain cleaning program that is being launched, or there is something other than doing your research and fact checking, which is fact checking is a part of research. Then what? What is the fix?
We'll tell you when we have, of course, we'll have our follow-up stories.
Conditions apply, see the press for details.
This is step 1 and step 2. We're in step 1 and step 2, but we'll tell you about step 3. Let's go on to the next one. So University Hospital of the West Indies warns of delays at its accident and emergency department. The University UHWI is advising members of the public to expect delays amid a steady rise in patients seeking emergency care at the facility. In a media release on Saturday, the hospital said since 2020, there has been a 15% annual increase in the number of patients visiting its emergency medical department. In 2023 alone, the UHWI attended to 43,272 patients, marking a significant increase from the 37,998 seen in 2022 and the 33,257 in 2020. It said the surge in patient numbers, particularly those presenting with with complications of non-chronic inflammatory diseases like diabetes mellitus and hypertension, cardiac emergencies, respiratory disorders like asthma, pneumonia, sepsis, and various infectious diseases, has placed an increased strain on its resources. However, the quote from them, we want to reassure the public that while these conditions require immediate and specialized care, we prioritize patient treatment based on the severity of their condition, not on a first-come, first-served basis. It's added that its triage system ensures that those with the most critical needs are attended to first. Another quote, we understand the anxiety and inconvenience that waiting times can cause and deeply empathize with all our patients and their families. Please be assured that UHWI remains committed to providing optimal and efficient patient care, and we are continuously working to improve our services to meet the growing healthcare needs of our country and the region.
I think a lot of persons have to understand as well that often everything is not necessarily an emergency case, and we have to be mindful of how we use our accident and emergency rooms. And so, when you go into triage and you're assessed, you might feel like you're waiting for 500 years, but the truth is, if a victim of an accident comes in, they're going to get priority. If a gunshot victim comes in, they're going to get priority. And often you can, abet some of that discomfort and the waiting process if you went on a Monday morning instead of, a Sunday night and just went into the casualty. And so when you just did the standard clinic operations, you would get through much faster. But it's also hard sometimes to determine what feels like an emergency to someone, and the anxiety that comes with what they think they might go dead, but they just drink 2 tea and you realize it's gas. It's a very tricky thing,
I always say that, the process of triage is difficult, but there are people who are trained in it. But for you, this is the worst night of your life, and for the doctor, this is just Tuesday.
I think again, it also comes with, previous situations, previous circumstances, and a lack of understanding, and also a lack of trust. Because the assumption is, we're under-resourced, suppose somebody don't come to me, suppose this happens to me, and so I think also that is a challenge that many people get nervous about.
Triage is something that you need to do with a little bit of compassion. Because you as a doctor, you can't wait, you need to be done now. You're doing the triage, but sometimes you do it so cold that the things that you say to the person make the person feel.
Or you don't say anything at all. Correct. Again, communication. Or you don't say anything at all, so they just feel like, what's happening?
And it actually puts you into a further panic if you're already anxious about something that you're experiencing.
Exactly.
You can't invalidate people's feelings, right?
Absolutely.
So,
All right.
That is all the time we have for headlines this morning. But very quickly, we do have a very quick anniversary greeting to give. It's happy anniversary to one of our very own engineers, Michael Wright, and his lovely wife, Mrs. Nicola Wright. They are celebrating 24 years of marriage. Nice. Congratulations on hitting 24.
Well, look at them young.
Oh my God. So yes, we do want to wish you guys many more, 24 and more. Going forward. Happy anniversary to you both. All right, when we return, we're serving up a healthy plate. I'm just glad that there's a plate. It's Golden Power of Sea Moss Gel is what we're talking about when we come back. More Sunrise after this break.
I'm Wayne.
And I'm Tami.
And we are the Mitchells. You can watch Meet the Mitchells right here on CVMTV every Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Yes, you guys don't want to miss it. We will be having new episodes every week, so definitely follow along with our family.
Meet the Mitchell family.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
You're the sugar to my tea. Meet the Mitchell family.
John Mark!
Celine, what going? We can't say we're a friend now. Celine. We have to take on the road.
Yeah, man, we have to take on the same way. All right, Lord, thank you so much for this day.
Me, I do the work. Yeah. And the people, them accept it.
Clarendon, Mandeville. But now we get to go into the inner city of Kingston.
I can't wait to learn more as we go across Jamaica into different churches to understand what they do.
CVM presents Copa Facts.
Costa Rica. Costa Rica have competed in the Copa America 5 times and reached the quarterfinals twice. On 4 occasions, they have been directly invited. The Copa America Centenario in 2016 was a collaboration of the CONCACAF and the CONMEBOL, with Costa Rica qualifying by virtue of winning the 2024 Copa Centroamericana. Copa America 2024, brought to you by
KFC, J. Ray and Nephew, Courts, Sunshine Snacks.
Our days get a little complex sometimes. Often so many things make sense, yet so many do not. We are being intentional about giving prominence to the big stories in order to clarify and enlighten. Lead Story explains who, what, when, where, why, and how. Lead Story with George Davis, weekdays at 6:30 p.m. on CVMTV.
Look who I have in the cut. No, today episode I got nice. Legends, Senator, my longtime brethren, the great, all-star, the king, and the man himself. Salute! You know, as man, we're not to go as specialists, and that's the pinnacle of the problem. We want some new era. Do what you love and you never work a day in your life. Lie! You work till a week. It was pandemonium. Country people can relate to me I talk about.
What you think about me no matter, you know. What matter to me is what I think about myself.
Man United, you know. I don't care what a man wants to say.
You know, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, man. You finished?
Yes, we finished.
The Cut is brought to you by Flo and Guinness.
All right, welcome back to Sunrise. So this morning, breakfast is served courtesy of K's Golden Sea Moss Gel, where alkaline goodness meets Jamaican wildcrafted purple sea moss. So packed with 92 essential minerals and you know, it's also, you know, this is vegan. Did you know that? It's a vegan superfood too, you know? Yeah, it's not just about, you know, a breakfast boost. It's your ticket to immune support, antioxidant fortification, and glowing skin. Come on now. Owner of K's Golden Sea Moss Gel, Carice Lawrence, is here to share how sea moss can transform your health from the inside out. Welcome to Sunrise Kitchen. How are you, Carice?
How are you?
Thanks for that lovely intro. I'm great. I'm giving thanks. Happy to be here.
At this point, I feel like I don't even need to ask you about the sea moss. Just give us the smoothie. No, I'm kidding. But for those who are not familiar, what is sea moss? Where do we find sea moss? They've never heard about this yet. Speak to them like it's a first.
All right. So for those who have never heard, give thanks that you're finding out now, because this is a superfood. You find sea moss from deep in the sea. There are many different types. Persons know the ones that have like a white or a cream color, but I work with the purple one called Chondrus crispus. There are like 4 or 5 different types. But this is the one that Dr. Sebi also approved. It has more nutrients, phytonutrients, it's anti-inflammatory. Your body has 102 minerals. This one has 92. So all the iron, the calcium, the magnesium, all the ions, it has them. Particularly for people who are, particularly for people who are vegan, it's very important to have, because my journey with it started when I ended up having an iron problem. Women especially, we don't realize until our moon cycles get bad, or we just start feeling very low in our energy. Then we finally realize that we have low iron. So once I had this, I don't have to worry about supplements. The doctors recommend that you take 1 or 2 tablespoons daily, and once you do that, then you're good to go. So it's recommended that you either eat the gel by itself, and I'll show you how that's made today, or you can add it to your smoothies, you know, your porridge, your cereal, your teas. The children in my family, because it doesn't look so pretty, I sneak it in cakes for them, or the popsicles, and all kind of things. And
but my question is, what does it taste like?
So this is the good thing. It's coming from the sea, so you can imagine, but it's not salty, because once you wash it off before you prepare it, it. What I would say is that it fits into that taste that they call pungent. So it's just flat. Nothing is really there. So it's not bitter, it just doesn't have much of a taste.
Right.
This is why I do 2 types that are infused. So one has ginger and cinnamon. So for those who want the flavor, you can work with that one. The other one I do has another algae called bladderwrack, and that one is particularly good for like blood circulation and blood flow, and if you have diabetes, etc. So people should just need to get used to knowing that there's more than sweet and salt, I like to say. There are like 7 or 8 other tastes that we should incorporate in our livet, as I say, you know, bitter, pungent, all of that.
Let's talk a bit about the process. I do see a pot there. I see some CMOS action going.
Yes.
What is the process to get the gel?
Right. So the process to make the gel is you wash the gel and then you soak it overnight in spring water. And then you do a light steam, or you can do it live. And then you blend it, and then once you pour it, there's a gel. The one that I work with, however, with the purple is not so easy. So if you look here, you'll see 2 different types. This one, you can see, has more water in it. This is the one that is the best though, so it's drier. So it's not so easy. I just show this as a reference because many people know this one, but this is the one that I work with. So as you can see, and you can touch it and feel it, it's very dry, not much water is in it. So to get it to the gel form, you have to do a light steam. So that's what I did before. So what you can do is like boil the water and then you put the moss in it, because they don't recommend that you work with it at high temperatures. However, some people like to boil because of bacteria. That's fine. I've heard all kind of rumors about how it's bad to boil. It's not bad, and it's not going to take out any of the...
But you know, we can do Carice. We can just buy your
There you go.
That's what we can do.
So, and that's the thing.
You've eliminated the labor for us.
Exactly. And I ended up doing this because in the time of the pandemic, I was giving it to all my friends and family and say, you have to stay on this so you don't get sick. And they're like, Carice, I'm not going to do it. I don't have the time. And then one of my friends was like, Carice, you need to just make it and I'll buy it from you. And I was like, I'll make it for you, which I was doing, and I wasn't charging her because she's my friend. She's like, no, Carice, you need to just do it. And then she's like, one of them said, well, okay, I have a fair coming up where I'm featuring all female artisans, so you need to get your product ready. And then that's how you're going to start selling it. And that's what birthed me making the gel.
Excellent.
So what I'm doing now is placing the version that has been steamed already into the blender. And particularly since I do this as a business where people will have it for as long or short as they want to use it, I do this version where I steam it for 10 minutes before I boil it. That way I don't add any preservatives outside of lemon, which is very natural, or lime. So therefore you can have a good shelf life in your fridge.
When you say good shelf life, if I buy a jar of K's CMOS gel, how long does it stay in my fridge?
It stays in your fridge well for up to 3 months, but I do recommend to everybody to use it within a month, and so I put that on the label because everything is always best when you have it fresh. And if you're taking it as you are advised to, which is 2 tablespoons per person per day, the small jar will last you 2 weeks, and I have a bigger jar that lasts a month.
All right, so we're going to blend this lovely goodness here.
So we're going to do some of the little blending now, and this doesn't take long. Power.
All right, so we're doing the blending. That's it.
That's good to go already. And then we strain it.
You need a hand here?
Thank you so much.
All right.
It's good when men are helpful, you know.
Always works better that way.
So I have this, you know, that you use to kind of
work it through.
And this will be a little bit more liquidy at this point, you know, when you put it in the fridge and it sits, then that's when it's going to get thicker.
And it will become gel.
Exactly.
Ah.
Yeah.
So how is it something you would suggest people have like every day?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I would suggest that people do this because if you don't do this, you will end up taking supplements, which is what a lot of people are doing. So you have this big list.
Supplements.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. When you're doing this, if you have iron as one, and zinc as one, and magnesium as one, and then calcium.
You just list out 3 of mine.
Exactly. B1, all of these things, B12, you can just work with this, is what I'm saying. So what I recommend to people to do, we can work with this for now, is make it into a ritual. So if you know you have even coffee every day, it's fine to put it in your coffee, you know. If you know you're somebody who you will do like your smoothie, then do that. If you know it's a juice, then you can do that. So
whatever. Show us how we make it into a smoothie.
All right, she's like, let's get to the fun part.
Girl, I don't want them to work on us and we're not tasting.
Exactly. So for the fun part now with the smoothie, I need to remove this excess gel that is here. So we can have the blender.
All right.
And then we're supposed to have some mango.
Oh,
thank you so much.
That. Ask for mango and mango
and mango
arrives.
appears. Thank you very much.
All right, so definitely what we're going to do is we're going to take the break, and then, of course, we will show how the magic is done on the other side. We'll definitely also, for those of you who are on our social media platforms, show you the process. Our guest has been Carice Lawrence, owner of K's Golden Sea Moss Gel. It's now time for a break. When we return, pack those bags and prepare the budget, because we're talking sun, sand, and savings in Money Masterclass. We'll be right back.
Na 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 na, we want a piece for Jamaica. Yeah, yeah. We have to be our brother's keeper. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Jamaica live good, yeah. I make we enjoy life, what we feel safe at night. Jamaica live good. I better you and I no say we future bright. Jamaica live good. Come together as one. I make the violence the one. Yeah.
What's your story? What's your sign? You're dreamers. Don't care what other people say. We're doing this in our own way. We come alive. We come alive. We come alive. We're doing this in our own way. We come alive.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVMTV.
So much more than entertainment.
Should critical illness strike? Don't let worry fill your head. Say hello to happiness and goodbye to worry with Guardian Life's new Ultimate Provider Plan. Secure your medical expenses in the event of critical illness ahead of time, while benefiting from our investment portfolio and so much more. Give yourself and your family the peace of mind you deserve with Guardian Life's new Ultimate Provider Plan today. And live secure, live easy.
All right, welcome back to Sunrise. I know some of us have already sent in our vacation days and are ready to book the trip and dip. But hold on, don't rush into it, because without a proper budgeting, those sunny days can quickly turn into financial stress.
Not a lie.
Our financial guru, Carlton, is here to let us in on some essential budgeting tips to ensure a trip to the islands doesn't leave you financially stranded. Good morning, Carlton.
Good morning, Dennis. Good morning, Andy. How are we both doing?
We're
we good, you know.
Belated Happy Father's Day.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Happy Father's Day.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I see a kicking ball.
Yes, of course.
I would know say you really can't play it.
No, I know, but he does not.
He doesn't know that. And that's so before we start, though, I was at the market on Saturday, and a gentleman by the name of Sean said he's a security guard and he comes off shift every morning, but he watches Money Masterclass.
All right.
Because he wants to be an entrepreneur and he also wants to tell Mr. Dennis hello and Miss Hendy.
All right.
He's full of
Mr.
people,
Sean.
yes.
Big up yourself, Mr. Sean.
And Miss Tia. They're just calling us Mr. and Mr. But before we jump into our vacation and sign the approved days, you want to ensure that things are okay before you start spending. But the good thing, I know I say budget a lot, but you need to enjoy life as well. Yeah. So do what brings you joy this summer. Do what does that and prioritize that. Yeah. So if it is that the river brings you joy, you don't need to go do something else. If the football with the kids, you know, if garden, whatever brings you joy, prioritize that this year. All right. But number one, do that on a clear budget. I do not want you because traveling brings you joy. You're just going to travel a place without doing that on a budget. You need to know what you are spending on. And what's important, you must know how much you can afford to spend. But look at not only the cost for the plane ticket, for example. Look at things like food, transportation on the road, etc. Those are important things. A good rule of thumb is that you use 5 to 10% of your per annum net salary as the maximum that you should spend on any vacation. Okay. However, if you are in debt, meaning that you have other loans, you want to stay at 5%. 5%. So, for example, you earn $3 million per annum. You want to use $150,000 at its base to plan a vacation. You can go up to about $300,000 for the year to spend on a vacation. All right, so that's a good rule of thumb I want you to utilize.
I never heard that one.
Yeah, you don't want to go over that.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
If you go over that, you are taken away from some other goals that we have set when we started the year, when we made our plans. Number two, plan ahead. So do not say that you want to go on vacation in July and you're booking your ticket June 30.
No.
What that will do is give you a more expensive flight, for example, a more expensive hotel, for example. Airbnb is a little bit more expensive, so you want to plan ahead. Whether it's on a local excursion or it's overseas or using the plane services, whatever you are doing, let's always go to plan ahead so we can save on some money right there. Number three, choose budget-friendly destinations.
Yes.
So I know that we want to maybe go to Greece, you know, we want to go to the Maldives. I'm talking about me. We want to go there, but is it in your budget?
Right.
And sometimes we try to extend ourselves because we see Dennis going there, and I live vicariously through Yendi. When I go to Yendi, so I'm like,
yes.
Israel.
When you see the picture and then you look at the top right-hand corner to see the geotag,
and we go and we do that. But if you can afford it, of course, live. But if you can't, it's okay to choose somewhere budget-friendly. We can still have a good experience.
Dom Rep, Panama.
You see this? Dom Rep, you see? Colombia,
Lots of South American countries are budget friendly and you don't need a visa to go.
Yes.
Also, a lot of Asian countries are very inexpensive. So like Thailand is inexpensive, Vietnam is inexpensive. So, but if you plan properly, you can get the ticket for a very low cost and then explore without breaking the bank.
Okay. Are we taking that from the travel expert over on the table right here? You want to also, guess what? Enjoy local excursions and local places here. Last year summer I did, let's travel with Carlton to things to do in Jamaica on a budget. So you try to find hidden gems on social media. So I would post those places that I am trying to explore as well, because not every day you can do something expensive. But trust me, Jamaica is a gem.
Honestly.
So you can go and discover places here on a budget and still enjoy yourself with your family, with the kids, etc., etc. Use your reward points. So last year I went to Dolphin Cove with the kids. First time going there, they loved it, but I used my credit card points from my credit card and they paid for the trip. So I literally paid half of the cost because I utilized my points. So that's a good tip that you can use as well if your credit card service offers that. What you want to do when you go on vacation, I know we want to let our hair down, we want to do not start bruffing as you reach. Don't just do a big spend as you reach. See what the costs are. See what incidentals can pop up. do not just start bruffing as you reach on vacation. I know that's the purpose why we're going to enjoy ourselves, but calm down a little. You have 10 days to go, not done all the money upon day 2 you want to ensure.
I was going to say, one thing that really helps with that as well is if you travel with the set amount of money that you need to spend or you have available to spend, like let's say you're spending $1,000 on your trip, you walk with $1,000 cash and that is what you're spending. Don't put everything on your credit card because then you go over what you plan to spend. So that's a good way to track your spend and, be controlled in how you spend.
Yes. And I have it down at the point here, do not rack up debt, but I'll get to that part. As Yendi mentioned that part. Be okay with FOMO.
Yes, man.
Fear of missing out. It is okay to miss out. So not because someone else is doing it, you're like, boy, them they are damn rip. If you can't afford it, it is perfectly fine. Turn that into JOMO.
That's right.
The joy of missing out. Yeah, I'm missing out, but guess what? I'm over here not broke. Don't let your FOMO turn into broco. Don't do that. Start save for your next vacation from now. So if you realize that this year it's not going to work, I have $100,000. I can't book anywhere with that $100,000. Go local this year, but you start saving from September, October coming. You start saving for next year vacation from now. So you can plan something nice and good ahead. And also, guess what? Do not go into debt for your vacation. So as Yendi just made mention a while ago, work with your cash that you're planning to use, or if you plan to use $100,000, that's what you're actually using. But do not go swiping the card, putting yourself in debt, and you're not sure how you're going to repay this when you're off vacation. A good rule of thumb as well, I generally personally do not support or promote a vacation loan to say you're about to go on this vacation. However, if you do take a vacation loan, your tenure should not pass 24 months. The longest. My rule of thumb is 12 months. Why? Because you want to go on a vacation annually. However, if you take the loan now, you're paying, you can't save for the next vacation that is coming up. And the pleasure, the 2 weeks that you're on vacation for, you have a loan for 24 months. It doesn't add up. And it's not worth it because the financial stress after the vacation, once in the back on another vacation. Right after.
You're going to need 2 vacations.
You're going to need 2 vacations to recover from that part. So if it is that you want more tricks and tips, you want me to help to calculate how it is that you can know how much you should spend on that, you know where to find me. It's Carlton G Stew on all platforms, and I can help you to sort things out. All right? Have a good one, guys. Have a good day.
Sounds good.
Awesome. All right, coming up next, we're talking sound system culture with the 2024 Red Bull Culture Clash winners. So string up the sound and stick around because there's more Sunrise after the break. Yes.
Should critical illness strike? Don't let worry fill your head. Say hello to happiness and goodbye to worry with Guardian Life's new Ultimate Provider Plan. Secure your medical expenses in the event of critical illness ahead of time while benefiting from our investment portfolio and so much more. Give yourself and your family the peace of mind you deserve with Guardian Life's new Ultimate Provider Plan today and live secure. Live easy.
The Ministry of Justice's Legal Aid Council invites you to the Kingston leg of the Legal Aid Fair for Persons with Disabilities, Friday, June 21 at 10 a.m. at the Emancipation Park. Persons living with disabilities will have an opportunity to access justice services such as legal advice, victim support, child diversion, and restorative justice, and many other government services. That's the Legal Aid Fair for Persons with Disabilities, June 21 at 10 a.m. at the Emancipation Park.
MJ, taking justice to the people of Jamaica.
Hi, I'm Wayne.
And I'm Tami.
And we are the Mitchells. You can watch Meet the Mitchells right here on CVMTV every Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Yes, you guys don't want to miss it. We will be having new episodes every week, so definitely follow along with our family.
Meet the Mitchell family.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
You're the sugar to my tea. Meet the Mitchell family.
Book the date. Mark your calendar. It's a start to the Copa America like no other. Witness the likes of Messi, Julian Alvarez, and Emi Martinez as the reigning world and Copa America champions Argentina come face-to-face with CONCACAF hopefuls Canada. Live Thursday, the 20th of June at 7 p.m. See it happen on CVM TV. Copa America 2024 brought to you by KFC. Courts.
Our days get a little complex sometimes. Often so many things make sense, yet so many do not. We are being intentional about giving prominence to the big stories in order to clarify and enlighten. Lead Story explains who, what, when, where, why, and how. Lead Story with George Davis, weekdays at 6:30 p.m. on CVMTV.
Welcome back to Sunrise. So from the Caribbean to the world stage, fresh off their victory at the 2024 Red Bull Culture Clash in New York, it's the No Long Talk sound system. The crew is made up of a mix of talents from Barbados, Jamaica, Trinidad, Grenada, and beyond, representing the diversity and richness of Caribbean music. Talk about cultural melting pot.
Absolutely. Well, founder, creative director of No Long Talk, Rhea Prendergast, and No Long Talk executive consultant Damon DeGraff, they join us this morning to discuss the reality of sound system culture and its importance in the world, the significance of collaboration across the Caribbean islands, and of course the journey that led to their recent win. Welcome to Sunrise, lady and gentlemen.
Morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Well, let me start with you, Rhea. I mean, what kind of a pan-Caribbean mindset causes you to create this something so diverse, a sound system like this?
Oh my gosh. Well, morning everybody. Thank you for having me. I feel like Damon and I always talk about how there's such a divide between the soca world and the dancehall world. Obviously, I'm Jamaican, so a lot of my roots is dancehall, but then on the other hand, I love carnival. I love Trinidad carnival. I love different carnivals all around the Caribbean. So we're always talking about how there's just this huge divide and how it's so problematic, and there needs to be some kind of way we need to unify. So that's kind of just being in my mind when we got this contract, this project is offered to do. It was kind of the first thing that I thought about, and we were like, okay, this is definitely a clash and something that we want to win, but we definitely want to make it into something that's a little bit bigger than just what it is. So for us, it was more than just a clash. It was kind of just like a statement, I think, to the whole world that we can unify as a Caribbean unit and, you know, shell down the place. So.
Well, congratulations, because you surely did shell down the place. You guys took the title. Damon, talk to us a little bit about, you know, even the mix and the diversification of the group, and what in fact inspired the formation of the crew and how you pulled who was in the crew.
Well, I think as Rhea mentioned, we wanted to kind of pull together this kind of melting pot of Caribbean kind of transformers, right? Where we felt like we had, you know, DJ Puffy and Just Jay from Barbados, who were, you know, skilled MCs, but also have won the Red Bull tournaments before from a scratching standpoint or from a DJ performance standpoint. And we wanted to really just be able to include every piece of the Caribbean. I think the one that we did not really kind of bring in that we wanted to was a Haitian DJ, but we ended up kind of counteracting that, bringing in Wyclef, who was a massive kind of performer in the end, having been a Sound Clash guy himself. So he ended up playing a Whitney Houston dub plate, but also a Michael Jackson dub plate, which was kind of like the cherry on top, because, you know, as said, sound culture is a very prominent thing within Caribbean culture. And I think with us all loving it and him loving it, it definitely kind of tied everything together. So that was the mindset, again, to kind of unify just our culture. And I think people that do understand it and that can come together as one to show that there is unification across the board.
Yeah, definitely. You know, Rhea, where we are now and where No Long Talk sits amongst the pantheon of great sound systems. When we look at Mighty Crown, when we look at Stone Love and their Metro Media, so many of yesteryear and into today, where does this win with Red Bull place you now to go forward and be amongst them?
Oh my God. So the funniest thing is, like, when we so hilarious. the funniest thing is that when we started this whole project, it was just like, okay, we're just gonna do the show. It's gonna be awesome. Like, we have all of these amazing DJs, MCs, producers, whatever. And I had No Long Talk before, because No Long Talk started before the Clash. It was actually a party series I used to do in New York, and it kind of grew into like a lifestyle brand. And so I used to do stuff with Adidas and like different like corporate companies. And now, as you say, like the man is so excited. Like everybody's just like, wow, we have to continue. When is the next Clash? And so honestly, it's TV. It's to be decided. We're kind of just figuring out, because we definitely have something that's very valuable. And you know, we're gonna have to go forward for sure, but we're still kind of working out the format in which we want to go forward. Can I mention the Human Liberty?
Yeah, we can mention that.
Well, in terms of like next things, exciting things, not a Clash per se coming up yet, but we're actually doing a trip on the road for Labor Day in New York. So we're gonna be working with Red Bull and have like our own floats, and so all of the DJs and MCs from our crew will be on it, and we'll be tripping on the road and things. So that's kind of next up. I don't know about the Clash in TBD, but that's kind of next.
Well, I can tell you this for free. It looks like a vibe. I'm not gonna lie. I'm watching the footage and I'm just like, I wish I was there. It looked like a vibe. So again, congratulations to No Long Talk, to your crew, to everybody involved. Keep going. We love what you guys are doing for the culture and keeping a very important part of our culture alive.
Absolutely, definitely.
All right, that was Rhea Prendergast, founder, creative director of No Long Talk, and Damon DeGraff, executive consultant. TK is on standby with news, so please stay with us here on Sunrise.
Buy Hyundai or Hyundai. 5 free payments, 3 years free insurance, or 3 years free petrol bonus is
7 o'clock.
After months of preparation, Jamaican athletes will clash at the J3A Puma National Senior and Junior Championships at the National Stadium, June 27 to 30. For tickets to the Summer Olympics in Paris, Olympic champion Hansel Parchment, plus Oblique Seville headline the men's division, which also includes Rashid Broadbell, Rashawn Clark, Jaden Hibbert, Akeem Blake, Johan Blake, and Julian Fort. Olympic and world champions Sharika Jackson, Elaine Thompson-Hera, and Shelly Ann Fraser-Price, along with Rochelle Clay, Shanika Ricketts, and Danielle Williams, will make the action pulsating on the women's side. That's the J3A Puma National Senior and Junior Championship, June 27 to 30 at the National Stadium. It will be sensational.
Listen, I'm about to drive. Let me call you back.
Road safety begins with you. A message from the Road Safety Unit in the Island Traffic Authority.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVMTV.
So much more than entertainment.
John Mark!
Celine, where going? We can't say we're a friend now. Celine. We have to take on the road.
Yeah, man, we have to take on the same way. All right, Lord, thank you so much for this day.
Me, I do the work. Yeah. And the people, them accept it. Clarendon, Mandeville. But now we get to go into the inner city of Kingston.
I can't wait to learn more as we go across Jamaica into different churches to understand what they do.
Welcome to Morning News. I'm TK Dawkins.
bringing together Jamaicans from over 15 countries to discuss matters concerned with national development and societal progress. The 10th Biennial Conference got underway at the Burchell Memorial Baptist Church in Montego Bay, St. James on Sunday. Over 1,100 persons have registered for the event, which is scheduled to run until June 19 at the Montego Bay Convention Center. Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith, in welcoming the attendees, encouraged them to make the most of the opportunities presented during the conference. While State Minister in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Alanda Terrelong, emphasized the importance of unity between Jamaicans at home and abroad, describing the conference as the spirit of one Jamaica. He pointed out that many persons who would have left the island decades ago are coming home at a time when the country is experiencing unprecedented levels of growth and development, and they have a key role to play in Jamaica's continued progress. The 10th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference is being held under the theme United for Jamaica's Transformation, Fostering Peace, Productivity, and Youth Empowerment. A joint operation led by the Jamaica organizations linked to Telemarketing Task Force JOLT and comprised of law enforcement personnel from MOCA, the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigations Branch CTOC, and the Jamaica Defense Force JDF resulted in the arrest of 29-year-old dancehall artiste Tevin Parker, popularly known as Biggin, in Stony Hill, St. Andrew. Parker was found with two associates at a residence where a detailed search revealed lead lists, bank cards, and other lottery scamming paraphernalia. He has since been formally charged with possession of identity information and possession of access devices. His associates have been released pending further investigations. Parker's court date is yet to be determined. MOCA also apprehended 29-year-old Rajay Stewart at a location in Cedar Grove Estate. During a search of Stewart's premises, several items associated with lottery scamming, including multiple technological devices used in defrauding individuals overseas, were seized. Stewart was later charged with breaches of the Law Reform Fraudulent Transactions Special Provisions Act. A major cleanup operation took place in downtown Kingston on Sunday, spearheaded by the Solid Waste Management Authority and the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, the KSAMC. Mayor of Kingston, Andrew Swaby, was present at the event and called for tougher measures against those who litter the streets. The mayor emphasized the importance of maintaining a clean and healthy environment, highlighting the negative impacts of littering on both public health and the city's aesthetic appeal.
Well, I know that Minister Mackenzie, he had indicated that he will be looking at the reviewing of the fines, and clearly we have to deal with that. I just want to implore to the residents, especially the residents, you should be monitoring your own areas. You should make sure you protect it. It's your community. Don't allow persons who live other places to come and dump garbage here. And you, residents, you shouldn't dump garbage. Let us advocate that where your garbage are collected on a more timely basis. And I've been having discussions with Solid Waste about that. And they are trying their best. So let us work with that.
And now over to sports. West Indies will close out the first round of the T20 World Cup with a top-of-the-table clash against Afghanistan at the Darren Sammy Stadium in St. Lucia later today. The match bowls off at 7:30 p.m. Jamaica time. The two-time champions and Afghanistan have already booked their spots in the Super 8s, but West Indies captain Rovman Powell says he is aiming to win.
Momentum is a very important word for us. It's important for us to keep playing good cricket and consistent cricket. After this game, the Super 8 is very, very important. So you want players going into the Super 8 with good performances. You want to go in the Super 8 as a team winning. So that's definitely something that we're taking serious. Not taking nothing for granted, even though we have qualified for the Super 8s already. It's an opportunity for us to also put on a display for the St. Lucians that will come out tomorrow to watch us play World Cup cricket.
And to football, Ecuador beat Honduras 2-1 in their pre-Copa friendly on Sunday. Ecuador are in Group B along with Mexico, Jamaica and Venezuela. The Ecuadorians play their opening game against Venezuela on Saturday at 5 p.m. Remember, you can catch live action of the Copa America on CVM and CVM Plus. Well, that's it for morning news. Join us again at noon for more from our news and sports desk. I'm TK Dawkins. More Sunrise after this.
of Justice's Legal Aid Council invites you to the Kingston leg of the Legal Aid Fair for Persons with Disabilities, Friday, June 21 at 10 a.m. at the Emancipation Park. Persons living with disabilities will have an opportunity to access justice services such as legal advice, victim support, child diversion, and restorative justice, and many other government services. That's the Legal Aid Fair for Persons with Disabilities, June 21 at 10 a.m. at the Emancipation Park.
MOJ, taking justice to the people of Jamaica.
It's time to paint and play. Enjoy a complete bonding experience with a family canvas fiesta. Get ready for a steam-tastic extravaganza and dive into some slime time fun. Paint and Play promises to be a fun-filled day and more. Register now to be there on Sunday, July 7 at the Holiday Inn in Montego Bay from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Don't miss out. It's going to be an unforgettable day. See you at Paint and Play.
Our days get a little complex sometimes. Often so many things make sense, yet so many do not. We are being intentional about giving prominence to the big stories in order to clarify and enlighten. Lead Story explains who, what, when, where, why, and how. Lead Story with George Davis, weekdays at 6:30 p.m. on CVMTV.
Hi, I'm Wayne.
And I'm Tami.
And we are the Mitchells. You can watch Meet the Mitchells right here on CVMTV every Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Yes, you guys don't want to miss it. We will be having new episodes every week, so definitely follow along with our family.
Meet the Mitchell family.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
You're the sugar to my tea. Meet the Mitchell family.
Jamaica's favorite drama, Your Guilty Pleasure.
Listen to me, is it Trevor Madden? I don't want you to gamble with my life or the lives of our children.
Royal Palm Estate is on CVM every Tuesday and Sunday at 9 p.m.
Welcome back to Sunrise. Thanks for staying with us. Recently, there has been a renewed push to make the sex offenders registry in Jamaica public. This follows reports that a taxi driver allegedly involved in the case of teacher Daniel Anglin is a sex offender, a convicted sex offender.
So the resurgence in calls for public access to the registry raises questions about why it's not already available, especially given its potential to protect communities. What are the implications of making it public, and where are we in reviewing existing legislation to address these issues? Attorney at law Christopher Henry joins us to provide his opinion on this pressing issue. Good morning, how are you?
Morning, Indy. Morning, Dennis.
Morning, Chris.
I'm here with you.
Let's begin by, appreciating maybe some of the history of where the sex offenders registry and calls for the publication of the sex offenders registry have been. Where are we now where this matter is concerned?
Well, as it stands now, the registry is closed. It is not open to the public. Public doesn't have access to it. I think this is the first time in Jamaica. I don't think it's the first time. I think it's the first time that we've had such a push in order to make it public or to grant the public access to it. It has always been closed. It has always been not open to the public. So there is no quote-unquote real precedent here in Jamaica for access to the registry.
Let's talk a little bit though, Chris, about the culture that we do have in, we have a history of vigilante justice, right? So let's talk a bit about, were we to make the registry open, the implications. I know some people are just like, who cares? Make everybody just go after them. But there must be law and order and a structure to this thing. So how do we take into control the response of people, in your opinion, in making such a list public?
I was recently on another program with a colleague of mine, and he made a very good point that it should be education. And before we open the registry, we should seek to educate the public on the tools of justice or the course of justice, and allow it to run its course. We need to educate them that vigilante justice is not the way. It is not the way to solve our problems, and that they need to understand that regardless of if the person is on the sex offender registry, they are persons too, and they have legal rights. And they've done the crime, they've been registered as a sex offender. I think in and of itself, that is enough punishment because you're basically a social pariah. So an education campaign in relation to mostly all crimes in Jamaica, because we believe that we're supposed to take justice into our own hands. We need an entire education campaign to just fix that whole vigilante justice culture, or attempt to fix.
Chris, when we hear the words open the registry or make it not closed, I would imagine that there are other jurisdictions that have opened, that have maybe designed a way of opening. In your view, how should it be opened? Should it be open in the sense that persons seeking to employ a person may gain information, or is it something that should just be on a website somewhere and it's just you go in and you can just search a name and you just get? I mean, take us through maybe the methodology or the operationalization of openness.
I am of the view that both methods you mentioned, Dennis, should be applied. However, while I think that it would be a combination in terms of you could go onto the website, it would be open, you could go onto the website. However, the website wouldn't give you an immediate answer. The website would probably ask you to provide an email address, and they will provide the report privately to you and to the employers when they're doing their background checks on the certain persons that they are wishing to employ. I don't think it should be open all at once. I think eventually we should get there. I think at first you should open it to, as you said, the employers, background checks to see if the employers are clear from that sort of offense, and then eventually we see how successful that is, which it probably will be, and we can open access to the public after, as I said earlier, we do our education campaign against the vigilante justice.
Let me ask you something though, Chris. Some would say everyone doesn't necessarily need to have access to this information. So let's say, schools should have access, or rather a renter should have access, so you don't rent to someone who is on the registry who is within a certain proximity to a school, or very specific people should have access to this list. What do you say to the school of thought that says it needs to be very specific? Someone could submit, say, a request to the constabulary force to say, I need this information to determine if I should employ this person, and then access is given, versus just a free-for-all where anyone can run in and search. What would you say, based on precedent set in other countries where it has established open registries that have worked? What is the format that you think we could actually take to make this really a reality?
Well, let's just go to the United States. All and sundry has access to their various state sexual offenders registry. So I don't see the place burning down. So I am for all and sundry being able to put in a request to the Jamaican Constabulary Force and to access the information as they need it. I think there could be on the JCF ends, because we do have to balance interests, so I do take that point. and the JCF in a sort of screening in the application process to see the mental state or the not mental state, let me not say mental state, but the motive for the access.
Right.
There could be some balance on that part with the JCF, but I think everybody should have access to the sex offenders registry. Everybody.
Finally then, Chris, how do you think open access could have prevented the death of Daniel Anglin?
Well, InDrive would have done their background check. InDrive would have realized that the suspect was a sex offender, and InDrive probably simply would not have hired him. And she would have another InDrive driver, and she would be with us today and doing all the good works that I hear she used to do as an upstanding teacher. So those, especially in industries such as that, the ride-sharing app, the Uber, we need to know who these people who are operating the motor vehicles and picking up our relatives, our friends, and just citizens on a whole. So it can be a background check, even though Uber has excellent practices. It's an incomplete background check without the sex offenders registry, bill of clean health, for want of a better word, or it's report that this person is a convicted sex offender.
All right. Well, that's assuming that the regulations for these rideshare companies exist. But thank you very much, Christopher Henry, attorney at law. Coming up next, court is in session. One attorney at law to another. Law and Order JA is up next. Stay with us.
Financial is the place to go. We have loans from $20,000 to $3.3 million. Get a loan to pay school or college tuition, medical expenses, bills, fix up your house, buy furniture and appliances, repair or buy a car. And when you're done, take a vacation loan. AIM has a loan for any purpose. Call AIM today. You won't find a better deal elsewhere. Guaranteed.
Look who we have in the cut. No, today episode I got nice. Legends, Senator, my longtime brethren, the great all-star, the king, and the man himself. Salute! You know, as man, we're not too go as specialists, and that's the pinnacle of the problem. We want some new era. Do what you love and you never work a day in your life. Lie! You work till a week. It was pandemonium. Country people can't relate to me I talk about.
What you think about me no matter, you know. What matter to me is what me think about myself.
Man United, you know. I don't care what man want to say.
You know, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, man.
You finished?
Yes, we finished.
The Cut is brought to you by Flo and Guinness.
Welcome back to Sunrise. It is now time for Law and Order JA. So the question posed to us today is, my name is Eric and I'm becoming a father in a few months, but my child's mother and I aren't together. And she's been saying that I will only be able to see our child when she says so. I don't want any drama. I just want to be a good father. So what are my rights? Well, returning to Sunrise this morning to give us counsel on this matter is managing attorney at Right Legal Attorneys at Law, Anwar Wright. Welcome to Sunrise, Anwar. Good to have you again.
Thank you. Good morning and thank you for having me.
Awesome. First things first, what are the laws that govern parental rights in Jamaica?
Okay, well that law is the Children Guardianship and Custody Act. And that sets out the rights of parents in relation to children.
So as per Eric's question now, Eric now must have some rights.
Right, and it is quite unfortunate that, mother has taken this unreasonable stance. You have the stigma, as we know it, to be that fathers are the ones who, normally don't want to step up. But here you have Eric, and he is wanting to step up, and mother is adopting a position to prevent that.
And it is not, in your practice, an uncommon thing, I would imagine.
No, it is not.
Because we tend to feel that this is the anomaly, and that when you have absentee fathers, the common trend is for the father to be the one. But it is actually, I would imagine, far more frequent than people think.
Yes, and I should say that it is quite unlawful for one parent to prevent another parent from having reasonable access to that child, right? And in Eric's situation here now, I would advise him to go and seek an attorney. Well, before that, we live in the real world here, and normally I would advise that any steps that can be taken outside of court to reach amicable resolution is the best route to go.
Mediation
dispute resolution foundation or something.
Or even a trusted family member. Or even to the church. Or seek a counselor. This is before the child is born. So that all those issues in relation to mother's position can be fleshed out.
Correct.
In the instance that the child is born and mother is still of the same disposition, then I would advise Eric to seek the assistance of an attorney to get the appropriate application before the court to enforce his rights.
Does the law speak to rights of the parent, or does the law speak to rights of the mother and rights of the father?
Okay, the only consideration in relation to a child is what is in the best interest of that child. That is the standard that is used by the court to determine parental rights, which is normally custody and access and maintenance issues.
Right. Because I note, and I can only go with what he has said in assessing the scenario, but he has said that the mother says that he will only have access when she says so.
Yes.
And it may turn out, but it may not, but it may turn out that she dictates that he can have regular access. But it is still within the realms of what she dictates. And what he is saying is, I don't want that, what you dictate. And so how does one seek an order from the court? How does one seek an enforcement of my or his or anybody else's rights to go against something like that, where you are handing down an edict that it is you who will determine?
You will have to seek redress from the court. Court will make an order in respect of the rights, which, as I said, is based on what's in the best interest of that child. Not what I feel and what mother feels. No, what is best for this child. So even if Eric can't afford an attorney at law, he can go to the nearest parish court or the nearest family court, with family court in Kingston, but the nearest parish court for the outer areas. And he can speak to a clerk and tell them the situation, and they will prepare the appropriate application to be put before the court, and the court can make a determination in relation to his rights.
Go ahead.
If I might, because I'm also curious, he stated that I will become a father in a few months, which means that this child is still in utero. So at present, the child is a part of the mother right now. So Are there any rights that exist to parents, or are...
So I'll tell you, whilst that child remains unborn, the rights of both parents are neutral in abeyance. Yes.
Okay. So what does that mean in real terms?
That means that it is equal at a standstill until a court determines otherwise.
So, for example, Eric could actually say he would like to go to the doctor's visits and see his child and update on the baby.
He wants to be there at the ultrasound?
He wants to be there at the birth.
Absolutely.
He has those rights.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then, so people think, because she's pregnant, boy...
It's her child, yes.
No, but the father still has rights.
He does.
I actually and then once the child is here, obviously, everything we said before would come into play.
Yes.
Okay. I would like to actually tap into, because I know, Anwar, that you often deal with family matters.
Yes.
How prevalent is the conversation that we're having? How prevalent is what we are discussing seen by you day in, day out?
All the time, all the time. And there is a misconception, as you pointed out, that the child is mine. From mother's position, the child is mine. I gave birth to the child, so the child is mine. The child has to suckle from my breast, so the child is mine. You only facilitated that as father. No, that's not how the law works.
That's not how the law works.
But also, can we just... Again, I know we spoke about this a bit earlier. Each role is so critically important. And ideally, as the law states, the best interest of the child is what should come first, always.
And I just want to advise parents on a whole, be reasonable.
Yeah.
It's not about you. It's not about the father. It's not about the mother. It's really about the child.
Yeah. Egos have to be put aside.
Definitely. We had a conversation some weeks ago about weaponizing, using your children as a weapon. Yeah, you don't want that.
No.
Indeed.
Thank you. Always good to have you. That was Anwar Wright, managing attorney at Wright Legal, Attorneys at Law. On the other side of the break, your golden ticket awaits. We're winning big with the Supreme Ventures Golden Ticket promotion. Actually, I should make you do that one in a Dennis, because we can go in your game show voice. Shoot, please stay with us. More to come. You can win big.
Play. Enjoy a complete bonding experience with a family canvas fiesta. Get ready for a steam-tastic extravaganza and dive into some slime time fun. Paint and Play promises to be a fun-filled day and more. Register now to be there on Sunday, July 7 at the Holiday Inn in Montego Bay from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Don't miss out. It's going to be an unforgettable day. See you at Paint and Play.
Employers and householders, access the Heart NSTA Trust Skills Registry today to employ trained and certified skilled professionals. The time by Heart is
7:30.
You good, Mark? No, I know. From where they may have these terrible heartburns. I don't know why. What kind of food you eating? To tell you the truth, I mostly eat fast food. Come, I live alone and I'm too busy for cook my youth. And that's your problem. You're eating too much processed food and building up trans fats. Trans fats? What that? Trans fats is a type of fats in a processed foods like fried chicken, fries, donuts, and them things there. So how that cause heartburn? So eating trans fats can cause heartburn or acid reflux. So if you don't stop eating or cut back on the amount you eat, things can get worse. Like what? You can get heart attacks, stroke, type 2 diabetes, or even die. But fats and oils not important for eating, my youth. Yes, but the healthy kind in a vegetable aisle, nuts, seeds, and fish. Okay, no, I'm gonna switch up my diet starting today. Just remember to balance it out with your fresh fruits, vegetables, and ground provision.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Hi, I'm Wayne.
And I'm Tami.
And we are the Mitchells. You can watch Meet the Mitchells right here on CVMTV every Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Yes, you guys don't want to miss it. We will be having new episodes every week, so definitely follow along with our family.
Meet the Mitchell family.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
You're the sugar to my tea. Meet the Mitchell family.
Our days get a little complex sometimes. Often so many things make sense, yet so many do not. We are being intentional about giving prominence to the big stories in order to clarify and enlighten. Lead Story explains who, what, when, where, why, and how. Lead Story with George Davis, weekdays at 6:30 p.m. on CVMTV.
Look who we have in the cut. No, today episode I got nice. Legends, Senator, my longtime brethren, the great all-star, the king, and the man himself. Salute! You know, as man, we're not to go as specialists, and that's the pinnacle of the problem. We want some new era. Do what you love and you never work a day in your life. You lie!
You work till a week. It was pandemonium. Country people can't relate to me at all, but
what you think about me no matter, you know. What matter to me is what me think about myself.
Man United, you know. I don't care what man want to say.
You know, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, man. You finished?
Yes, we finished.
The Cut is brought to you by Flo and Guinness.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. Have you finalized your summer plans yet? Well, imagine winning an all-expense-paid trip for two to the 2024 Paris Olympics, or being a winner of weekly prizes, turning your summer into something extraordinary. It's time to seize the moment with the Supreme Ventures Golden Ticket Promotion. It kicked off on May 30. It runs until July 25 this year, and this promotion could be your chance to make this summer one to remember. So, Head of Marketing at Supreme Ventures Limited, Kamal Powell, joins us to tell you how you could win big. Welcome to Sunrise, Kamal. How are you doing?
I think you mean tell us. I don't know why excluding us from this. What's wrong with you?
True, Kamal. Everybody wants to know how they can get on the, on the train.
I hope you guys are practicing all your French, because
bien sûr.
Yeah, definitely. In a serious way, though, this is exciting. Talk to us about the opportunity that we all have to head to Paris this year.
No, definitely, the greatest show on earth, as Jamaicans would say, it is track and field. Now, football is good, but track and field is like ingrained in our system from the day we were one. Our parents are putting us on a sports day, all dressed up. Last time we saw Shelly, Mommy Rocket running down, making sure our son see that she's there to support him. And, from we were kids, track and field has been a part of us, and this year, track and field is actually the Olympics is in Paris, and Supreme Ventures being a home brand, a Jamaican brand, we want to bring somebody from Jamaica to Paris to see Shelley and Fraser Price and the rest of the Jamaica team perform at the highest level. We want to give you that opportunity right off the bat.
How do we get that opportunity?
Well, it's pretty easy, It is pretty easy. Paris is the home of love, as they say, fantasy and romance, and of course we're going to romantically bring home all these medals this year. All you need to do is to spend $500 in any of our stores island-wide, or $500 online, and have the opportunity of a lifetime to be in Paris this year.
Dennis?
That's five bills on anything. What do
I'm not talking USD, I talk Jamaica.
So suppose I say, because if you're inclined to spend with Supreme Ventures, it may mean that you might want to raise your chances. Are there any limits for it?
Right.
500. So let me now carry the one. So suppose I enter like Walipa times. Is there any limit?
There's no limit to it. And the easiest thing about it, people are watching now. Some people are in traffic. Hopefully not driving, but if you're in traffic, you can go online, download the Supreme Ventures app from the Supreme Ventures website, not the App Store, from the website. And within less than 5 minutes, you can bet on any of the games in there, and you have a chance to win. If you would have bet on England yesterday, when Jude scored that wonderful 30-minute goal, and you bet $1,500, you would have gotten 3 entries. I think France is playing today as well in the Europa. So if you bet on them today for another $1,000, or you get 2 entries, 1,500, 3 entry, whatever it is. You can walk into any one of our stores and, of course, bet $500. But please ensure, do not bet, and submit your winning ticket. So the better win the lotto, and you're gonna drop it off in the box.
Can you imagine? No, you're gonna be a real gambler. Everything I just heard you say was betting on a certain thing, right? So what if like all yesterday? No, yesterday I did go country, and on 3 separate occasions, I say goat. Some more buy goat in a drop and today. In a cash pot. If you buy cash pot, that count too?
Yeah, man. Anything under our banner. So it can be cash pot, just bet, horse racing, because you know we also own Cayman's Park, so you can do that virtual gaming, which is virtual running and dog race, etc. So anything within the app, you can definitely enter $500 or more. If you visit our stores though, because we do have our fintech brand, so you can pay your bills and collect money through RIA. So if you do spend that $500 or more as well, you have an opportunity to win. So it's very, very, very easy to enter the competition. And you know, unfortunately, if you don't win the big prize, there are, you know, consolation weekly prizes.
Okay, what are the consolation prizes?
I was about to say, all right, consolation.
Gift vouchers, telephone, cell phones, headsets, back to school vouchers as well.
Oh, that's more than consolation.
So some good, 25,000 more each. So you know, there are some nice consolation prizes, but of course, all of us want to be in Paris. None of us want to stay in Jamaica. You know the important thing about all of this? You don't have to spend a dime when you're there, because we're going to give you 2 plane tickets, so you and your significant other or your family or friend can definitely go. We're giving you shopping money as well. We're giving you transportation to and from the airport and to and from the stadium, so you can get there. We're giving you full-time accommodation, and also you're getting a wonderful tour of Paris of some of the most famous sites you'd have seen on Instagram.
So you're going to go visit the Louvre, you're going to go visit the Arc de Triomphe, you're going to Eiffel Tower, you're going to do the other thing.
The Eiffel Tower from now, because they like
All right, so I just have one other question then. Kamal, what did you dream about last night?
Boy,
I'm
at the finish line at the Olympics in Washington, Shelley and Fraser Prize lifting another medal for Jamaica. That's what I want.
What is the number for medal?
A medal. Rocket. What's the number for rocket?
Oh, right. So we need a number for medal, for rocket. What else we need a number for?
For mommy.
Mommy. Yeah.
All right. So I got Maxi.
So do persons like keep track of like who's been winning stuff?
Yeah, definitely log on to supremeventures.com or on our Supreme Ventures Instagram or Facebook page. And of course, you guys are our biggest partners, so you can also watch CVM Sunrise for all the updates.
Oh, one other question though. How do we know when the grand prize is announced?
Well, this competition ends on July 5th. So on July 8th, we'll make the grand announcement. And one other thing, all we ask you to do is have a valid passport, because it's only 3 weeks from selecting the winner that will get there, but we're going to help you
to get
with the visa, etc.
I was just about to say, and I'm the official stand-in guy if you the winner win and don't have a visa.
On visa, them going to get you.
I don't think you can beat Yendi, though, because Yendi is closer to me.
Yeah. So you know, it's on. That's fantastic stuff. I love a good summer promotion. It's so exciting.
It's exciting. So people are looking forward. And you know, under our fintech brand as well, you know, let's say you win and you want to carry an additional person. Under our fintech brand, you can bring a friend and just borrow the loan through our fintech promotion through Michaela, which is our fintech arm, at very affordable, because we have something called a summer promotion as well, where you can go on summer vacations at very low rates and pay it back over 18 months. So if you want to carry a third person, there's also an opportunity through us as well.
All right. I thought of everything. Everything. Good stuff. That was Kamal Powell, Head of Marketing at Supreme Ventures Limited. So we move from scoring big with Supreme Ventures to scoring the top contenders in the Copa America Zone A Teams Review. We enter the Copa Kickstart Zone with Orville Higgins when we return. Please stick and stay with us here on Sunrise.
Ministry of Justice's Legal Aid Council invites you to the Kingston leg of the Legal Aid Fair for Persons with Disabilities, Friday, June 21 at 10 a.m. at the Emancipation Park. Persons living with disabilities will have an opportunity to access justice services such as legal advice, victim support, child diversion, and restorative justice, and many other government services. That's the Legal Aid Fair for Persons with Disabilities, June 21 at 10 a.m. at the Emancipation Park.
MOJ, taking justice to the people of Jamaica.
Recycling Partners of Jamaica. Yeah, we got to make a change, and we have to do it now, can't wait for later. We put plastic in its place, and we all can agree that will be safer than in the gullies and in the drains. Recycling partners of Jamaica, we put plastic in its place. Yeah, the place of it clean. PET, the top of the ethylene. HDPE, buckle up against screen. Baby to granny, everybody roping. Yeah, we got to go green, you know what I mean. See the sign from the bin, if we drop it in through car window, you flick that another thing. And we don't want no garbage in this game. No, we are the little bug, them are not the same. So listen up, Jamaica, I'm saying it's time to make a change. Recycling partners of Jamaica, we put plastic in its place, and we all can agree that will be safer than in the gullies in the every rains. Recycling partners of Jamaica, we put plastic in its place.
Hi, I'm Wayne.
And I'm Tami.
And we are the Mitchells. You can watch Meet the Mitchells right here on CVMTV every Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Yes, you guys don't want to miss it. We will be having new episodes every week, so definitely follow along with our family.
Meet the Mitchell family.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
You're the sugar to my tea. Meet the Mitchell family.
CVM presents Copa Facts. Uruguay. Regarded amongst the greatest footballing nations of all time, Uruguay has won the Copa America 15 times, being tied with Argentina for the most titles in the tournament's history, winning their most recent title in 2011. Additionally, Uruguay are holders of 4 FIFA-recognized World Championships. Copa America 2024, brought to you by
KFC, J. Ray and Nephew, Courts, Sunshine Snacks.
All right, welcome back to Sunrise. So we have been counting down to Copa, but before we count down to Copa, we've been counting down for our smoothie.
I've been waiting.
Oh man, Carice, we're so excited to finally get a taste of our, what's it name?
Mango lassi.
All right, and what's in this?
I was about to say a Rasta-make lassi, so this is a vegan.
Yes.
So it's mango?
Lassi. So it's mango, coconut cream, spices, and of course K's Golden Sea Moss gel.
All right.
Yes?
I can't say that it tastes like a mango smoothie.
Yeah,
exactly.
You didn't taste the sea moss?
I taste the coconut now. Like the coconut came in
You
afterwards.
look like you just wake up. You say, oh, coconut.
The coconut came in after. I love it.
All right,
Nice.
so very quickly, where do we get your sea moss gel?
You get the sea moss gels in the Life Store at Constant Spring, as well as Camilla's Kitchen in Marketplace.
Awesome stuff. And actually, this is just man. He's coming home with me.
she gave us.
She's coming home with me.
Yeah, so,
awesome stuff. It was lovely having you this morning. Oh, we absolutely will.
Thank you for having me.
Love, Cheers.
love.
All right, so I did tell you that we've been counting down to Copa America 2024 for a few weeks now, and well, the time has come that this Thursday, the countdown will be over. It's finally kickoff time, and sports commentator Orville Higgins takes over for the Copa Kickstart with what you can expect come Thursday. Orville, over to you, but no smoothie for you.
I envy you here and the big up Dennis as well. And that's right, we are now just days away from the start of the eagerly anticipated Copa America tournament. It starts this Thursday, and you know that the Reggae Boys are involved, as well as the powerhouses of footballers from North, Central and South America. It will be in the United States, and the tournament will deliver 32 games. Now, of those 32 games, 18 of those games will be live on CVM TV. The other 14 games will be live on CVM Plus, so we are ensuring that you catch all the action. Now, Group A is what we'll be featuring this morning. It involves Argentina, who are the defending champions. They are also defending World Cup champions, big side. There's also Canada, Peru, and Chile. And it's one of the most recognized, well, that's one of the biggest groups. To help talk to us about it all is Davian Ferguson. He's, of course, the coach at Jamaica College and one of the more recognizable football analysts in Jamaica. He'll also be part of CVM TV's Copa America experience. There he is. Hi, Davian. How you doing?
Morning, Avil. Morning, Diaz. I'm good. How are you?
All right, good. The Copa fever has bitten me already, you know. How are you feeling about it with just days between now and the start of the tournament?
I'm super excited. Tournament football, we'll get a chance to witness some of the mega stars in world football, I'm sure.
Yeah. All right, so Group A has Chile, Peru, Canada, as well as the World and Copa America champions, Argentina. Maybe the question is, Davian, can anybody beat this Argentine team? They have played 14 games since winning the last World Cup. They've won 13. They have Messi, who is still among the best in the world, and Alvarez, who many feel is the next face of world football. Can anybody beat this Argentine team?
That's the beauty of the game. If you look at the last World Cup, Argentina, I think they lost a game in that World Cup to Saudi Arabia. But I think over the last few years, they have been exceptionally well. I think the coach has gotten them to play some really good football. And I think they're clear favorites, defending champions, defending world champions. But I think football is played on the pitch, and Group A is a very exciting and a very tricky group in my mind.
Yeah. There are many who feel that this Argentine team is a little old, with people like Messi and Di Maria, who has been around since Wapi had his altercation with Philip. Can this aging Argentina team still deliver?
For sure. I think the quality is there. The class is permanent, and having people like Lionel Messi, who for me is probably one of the best players over the last few decades, and arguably for some the game has ever seen. I think they're good, but I think they're supported with very good cast in terms of McAllister, Enzo, DePaul, Alvarez. So I think it's an overall squad, and I think they have gelled the best in terms of all the teams that I think are at the Copa. So I think, for me, they're clear favorites, and I think they were the favorite in my mind.
All right, so Argentina clear favorites. I don't think anybody can go around that. But there's Peru, Canada as well. So let's start with Peru. Give me a quick word on this Peruvian team. Not being particularly consistent over the last few games. I think in the CONMEBOL qualifiers, they have drawn 2 out of the 5 games. So they have not been really setting the place on fire. But what can you tell us about this Peruvian team?
Not a bad team. I think they have an Uruguayan coach who is getting them to really play into form. The thing with South American teams is that they're very tenacious, they're very aggressive, and I think in tournament football they can also spring a surprise. I just said over the last few games they have been, in my mind, not bad, but they haven't played any established team apart from Paraguay, which they drew. I think the last 4 games they would have won 3, and they would have drawn 1. So I think they're running into nice form coming into this tournament. So they're somebody that we definitely have to look out for.
Yeah. Look out for Edison Flores on that Peru team as well. Let's go to, who's the other one? Chile. Chile won this tournament in 2015, 2016. But since then, they have not been that kind of force. Are they likely, Davian, to become the formidable force that they were when they won this Copa America tournament back-to-back in 2015, 2016?
Potentially, I think they have quality. If you look at the FIFA ranking, though, I think they're below Peru in terms of the FIFA ranking. I think they're ranked 42 and Peru is ranked 32. So if you look at that as a marker, I think Peru is ahead of them on the FIFA ranking. But I think overall on the field of play, I personally want to differ where that is concerned. And I think Peru is behind Chile in terms of style of play and in terms of what they can put on the pitch.
Yeah.
So for me, I think Chile is definitely the team that I would have as the second best team in the group.
All right, Canada is the team that we want to look at. We may even just say a quick word on the Reggae Boys. Canada is in disarray over the last couple of years. They had to qualify almost through the back door. Jamaica beat them in that Nations League quarterfinals. Then they beat Trinidad and are now amongst the big boys. What do you expect from this Canadian team?
They've been on the rise. I think Canada have been on the rise. I think they're ranked 49 in the FIFA ranking, which is not bad for where Canada is coming from. But I think there's a little bit of instability within the camp. I think they have changed their coach. And Jesse Marsh, the American, who was at Leeds, has come in. His first 2 games were against Netherlands, which he lost 4-0. And then he played France recently, which I think that game drew 0-0. Yeah. But what we can expect from Jesse Marsh as a coach is intense football, high press, aggressive football. I think they'll do well, but I don't think his style fits this tournament style of football. So I expect them to not qualify in my mind from this group.
All right, I have 4 ballers that I just jot down from this Group A that I expect things from. From the Argentine group, I'm thinking Alvarez. I'm going to ask your quick opinion. Edison Flores, I think, will start this group from Peru. For Chile, the aging warrior, Alexis Sanchez. And, of course, for Canada, I'm thinking Jonathan David. That's just my list in this group of players who are going good. Tell me who you think will be the star of Group A when the Copa starts on Thursday.
I'd have to agree with you for most of them. I think for Canada, though, I'd go for Alfonso Davis.
Alfonso Davis, yeah.
I think he's the star for Canada. Based on how the coach actually uses him, I think he can be a standout for Canada. Sorry, but I think Argentina, you cannot go past Lionel Messi. He's, for me, one of the best players we have ever seen, and I think he will come good again in the tournament.
All right, so Argentina and who did you say? Chile are the 2 teams you expect to come from this group?
Yeah, those are my pick for qualification from this group.
All right, so Davian Ferguson says Argentina and Chile. Hard luck, Peru, and no luck for you, Canada, our CONCACAF neighbors. Argentina, Chile, can't who disagree with you. Big up yourself, Davian, we'll talk again.
Yeah, man, thanks, man.
All right, so that was Davian Ferguson, Jamaica College head coach, and one of our analysts for the Copa America 2024 tournament. Be sure to catch all the goals and all the drama of Copa America. How do I sound? How do I sound? It will all be live on CVMTV starting this Thursday, June 20 to July 14. And CVMTV is bringing live Copa straight to you. Let us know your thoughts on Zone A in the comments. More Sunrise after the break.
Get a little complex sometimes. Often so many things make sense, yet so many do not. We are being intentional about giving prominence to the big stories in order to clarify and enlighten. Lead Story explains who, what, when, where, why, and how. Lead Story with George Davis, weekdays at 6:30 p.m. on CVMTV.
Book the date. Mark your calendar. It's a start to the Copa America like no other. Witness the likes of Messi, Julian Alvarez, and Emi Martinez as the reigning World and Copa America champions Argentina come face-to-face with CONCACAF hopefuls Canada. Live Thursday, the 20th of June at 7 p.m. See it happen on CVM TV. Copa America 2024 brought to you by KFC. Courts.
John Mark!
Celine, where you going? You can't say we're a friend now. Celine. We have to take on the road.
Yeah, man, we have to take on the same way. All right, Lord, thank you so much for this day.
Me, I do the work. Yeah. And the people, them accept it. Clarendon, Mandeville. But now we get to go into the inner city of Kingston.
I can't wait to learn more as we go across Jamaica into different churches to understand what they do.
That's me in the schoolyard.
I'm a father who consider myself very active in my youth them life. And
no, son, I might have this.
Yeah, load that. Oh, you did that.
One daughter, one grandson.
I'm not bad, see. At the British in a aim. Me not have 200,000 years to take up spend pound one south. When me had that with my 6 people them from the village.
Exactly.
She was
my twin.
She is the one I am now.
I know you lost a child.
Right, my first child.
Wow.
One of the lowest point for sure.
I call him right now, I have to tell him I love him. I mean, I tell him I love him.
I feel one joy when I never yet feel myself.
Him say I feel fans them and my fans them.
Yeah, fans them. The youth them I live for. Anything I'm going to do, I feel them.
The Cut is brought to you by Flo and Guinness.
We're now in the dying embers of the program, and we are just, looking back at a good show. It's a good start of the week. I quite enjoyed it. From beginning to end.
I have to tell our viewers, right? So before each show, we have a little meeting. We talk about what's coming up on the show. We go through stuff and so on and so forth. So Dennis is not very adventurous when it comes to food and his palate. So, now that we have consumed sea moss for the first time, Dennis,
Yes.
what is your take and how do you feel about the sea moss?
It was good. It was good. And I was a little bit nervous.
Not little bit.
I was a little bit nervous.
But?
And I was like, I'm not going to do it. I was like, I'm not going to do it.
I can't do it.
And you know, and then I had it and I was like, I felt like at the end of green eggs and ham. Well, maybe not quite, because I will not have it everywhere. But I would use, because she gave me a
jar, yeah.
So I'm gonna put it in my smoothies.
Yes.
I'm gonna add it to my protein.
Yes.
You know, my after gym shake. Yeah. So.
But let me just explain to you guys. Dennis never just had it. He drank it and then he took his finger and he goes.
No, oh God, no. Let's just say I had the cup.
I need evidence. One of these glasses do not belong to me. See, look, this is Dennis's finger right here. I'm kidding.
The truth, I had it.
It was fantastic.
I had the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because it was good, and it was
good.
And it was good for me.
Yes.
And that's important.
I love when
That's important.
I feel like this is the moment where spotlight, music on down.
And this is why
Play the violin.
we should try new things. Because you never know when you will discover a newfound love for something like sea moss. Try it today.
It was real good. All right. That is all the time we have for today, Sunrisers. I know that it was a lot of fun, but we do gotta go.
Yeah.
If you missed anything though, you just want to rewatch your favorite segments, you know what to do. You know we got you covered. This is what we do. Just head on over to CVMTV.com. And for all the fun stuff in between, we are on Instagram at Sunrise CVM and also at CVM_television.
Remember to tune in for Lead Story this evening at 6:30 with George Davis, followed by, of course, the news, and then Father's Day Marathon of the Cut at 8 p.m. Big up to our official catering sponsor, Mothers, with the best breakfast in town. You ever ring out a bottle before? You ring out the bottle?
The Round Table Squad, they're going to take over now. See ya.
Days get a little complex sometimes. Often so many things make sense, yet so many do not. We are being intentional about giving prominence to the big stories in order to clarify and enlighten. Lead Story explains who, what, when, where, why, and how. Lead Story with George Davis, weekdays at 6:30 p.m. on CVMTV.
Trust Hawkeye's Total Connect. Hawkeye, securing what matters most.
Time by Hawkeye is 8 a.m.
Hi, I'm Wayne.
And I'm Tami.
And we are the Mitchells. You can watch Meet the Mitchells right here on CVMTV every Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Yes, you guys don't want to miss it. We will be having new episodes every week, so definitely follow along with our family.
Meet the Mitchell family.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
You're the sugar to my tea. Meet the Mitchell family.
Welcome to the Round Table, guys. I am your host, Nathan, and I'm back with one of my favorite co-hosts. I'm not gonna call him my favorite like I call Kirk your favorite. I did watch that one. Auntie Shelley, what go on?
You know, say jealousy don't look good on anybody.
It is jealousy.
And especially don't look good for you.
It don't look good for you.
I'll wear it
well today.
Look at clean today.
Yeah, man, but you can't come top with your favorite guest. And see, you make me forget my manners. Joining us at the table this morning is our guest, Anwar Wright, attorney at law. Welcome.
Nathan, welcome.
So how was the weekend, guys?
Not long enough.
Not long enough?
Yes,
2
I was
days
like,
not long enough?
you know, I think they should really have a serious consideration about this 4-day work week. I'm all for it. I want to be invited to that meeting, please.
Yeah, I agree with her. I know, I feel we kind of like the extra work. The look of Friday pretend work days are good. It's a good pretend work day. It was Father's Day.
Yes, on Sunday.
Got to enjoy it as well?
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it.
I like that one.
It was relaxing, but I really enjoyed spending the time with the kids.
Did you get a gift?
I got
many
the
gifts
of love.
The gifts of love.
That's what every father got this Father's Day. We all got the gift of love. I promise you that.
But in all fairness, my kids are small, and my big one, my daughter, she has something for me. So when I see her, when I go back,
if someone got lucky. My daughter is small too. I got the gift of love, lots of love.
Of course, that's the best gift.
Best gift of all.
I mean, yeah.
But you know, before we jump off on this gift of love, let's jump and see what's buzzing online in our social buzz. Check this out.
Celebration. Can I just say big up to the cameraman that captured all those moments?
It's probably was a dad too.
It probably was. I mean, you know, I'm fine with that. You know, the camera person who's yeah.
I genuinely believe that there is a thing, you know, like fathers do have a little. Maybe it's because we're always so overprotective. But yeah, man, fathers do have like this sixth sense for their kids. You just sense when something shouldn't be happening that's about to happen.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You just know.
Yeah, lots of very close calls there.
Yeah, can I tell you the whole thing? My man is what are those kids doing? Like,
not thinking.
Yeah. Oh God, man, it really got to me.
We have to think for them.
But that one is in honor of Father's Day. To all the super dads, I hope you had a great Father's Day. And it's just a reminder that that's what our job is, to continue to be that superhero for our kids. But you know what time it is now? It's time for a bag of things.
Okay, so a little birdie told me that it is Read Caribbean month. So that means for this month and every month after this, for as far as I'm concerned, please read a Caribbean author. And I don't know if you know this, but I am a Caribbean author, so I'm gonna tell you about my book. It's My Body, period. It's an introduction to menstruation for little Jamaican girls. And if you're not Jamaican girl, you can read it too. But it's specifically for little Jamaican girls, because Jamaican girls will be able to relate to the story of an 11-year-old girl who's experiencing period for the first time. And you get to go through the book with her and experience periods with her. And of course, you know, lots of very relevant information in there. It talks about the different phases of the cycle. Also talks about, there's a whole chapter in here about painful periods and managing painful periods. There's a story with her going on a road trip with her dad and how she had her period on the road trip and he freaked out because he had to help her and he went to the gas station to go buy products. It's hilarious. But the point is, this book is a great place to start if you want to talk to your children about periods, or if you just want to familiarize yourself about periods. Dads, please get a copy of this book and read it for yourself, because it would really help you with your little girl when she has a period, so you can get to talk to her and teach her about the things. You notice I said fathers because I like to talk to fathers about periods, because even though you don't have the experience, you have people in your life who do, so you can support them. It's my body period.
On behalf of the fathers at the table, I'd like to say that. On behalf of the fathers in Jamaica, I'd like to say thank you. We will surely purchase the book, and we will gladly learn more about it. But I do smell and see something hot coming in. Thank you, Abby. Wow, that's so hot. You had all the time to slowly walk with it. I like that. So, the topic that we have today is, I like this one. Universal basic income. Is it a viable solution to combat poverty and inequality?
Tell us what it is.
So, universal basic income. The concept of universal basic income is the idea that every citizen of working age, so basically 18 and up, is entitled to a minimum amount, irrespective of their employment status or not, that the government would give them to ensure that they're not at least falling below the poverty line, so they're able to at least do the basic amenities for themselves. It's not a concept that is widely practiced or is fully done across the world. You have little schemes that are similar to it, but nothing like that. And I think part of why it is now happening is that Jamaica has put forward that we want to start an unemployment scheme or an insurance scheme. So this is almost a step towards universal basic income. So with that said, what do you think of the idea of universal basic income?
He said utopia. I want to hear more about that.
No, I'm just saying to myself that if it is a situation where us as citizens, we can be sure of monthly income and not have to worry about those basic needs, that is utopia in and of itself. I mean, it's not going to prevent us from doing our work and trying to make more income, but to have our basic needs settled, oh my gosh. What does that look like?
You and I have two completely different understandings of the concept of utopia, but I hear what you're saying. But personally, I think that the idea of giving an income every month to an 18-year-old, so I'm thinking of the 18-year-old right now who's maybe not employed, just finished high school, trying to figure out what their next move is. If I think it's a good idea to put some money in their hand for them to, we don't know what they're going to do with the money. I think a better approach would be to provide the basic necessities. Now, we already understand that there are certain basic human needs that people have. Shelter, food, healthcare is one, education is one. Good. So what if we put this funding towards providing those things? I am completely okay with when it hit 18, if for example, TK and I were talking about it backstage, and she was saying, if you give them a plot of land, I like that idea. Give them a plot of land and say, here you go, this is your thing to start, and you can go to the Ministry of Agriculture and get some resources so you can start to farm this land and start yourself off. Whether you want to become a full-time farmer, maybe you want to use it to become an entrepreneur, maybe you want to build on it to create a home in that space, or whatever it is. But I like the idea of using the funding to create a space for them to grow rather than just giving the money in hand, because giving the money without any guidance might create another set of challenges that we might have to deal with, you know, aka addiction to different, you know, non-progressive things and such the like.
So let me ask you this though, Anwar, because you spoke about utopia. Do you think that potentially what we just spoke about as land instead of money is not the same utopia?
That is a good idea too as well. That is a good idea too as well. I mean, having the land and giving people a purpose and guidance, as you said, is a good way to ensure that there is certain things to ensure that there is income.
But you know, for me, one of the things I would say when it comes to universal basic income, I think, I'm sure a break is coming up soon, so we can talk about it some more after the break. But the notion of the money is the basic commodity by which people do their barter is
cash.
Through cash. Now, when you have that someone needs to go out and cover their basics, so if I give you land, that land, though an asset, is now difficult for you to transfer into making yourself have enough money that come end of this month or come end of this week, you can go and buy some eggs, some water, some milk, some cereal, flour, rice, meat. And what universal basic income may want to try and achieve, because I am on the fence, I can straight up say I'm on the fence, is the notion that there will be people in this life who don't have they're not as lucky. They don't have the success as someone else. So their ability to earn may not match up to someone else's. And what you don't want to have is that, in a situation like what exists in Jamaica, is that there are people who, based on the fact that they exist below a particular line, have to find other means by which to fill that gap, which is where the notion of how people become violent,
they turn to crime.
We just look at what they're doing in other countries. For example, in the United States, I understand that there is the child tax credit that was running for some time here now and expired, I think, at the end of COVID. And the research has shown that that tax credit that was allotted to citizens brought, I think, some 3.7 million kids out of poverty, right?
There you go.
And had a significant effect. And after, when they run the numbers, they realized that those same kids fell back into poverty.
Wow.
Because they took it away.
Right. Well, I think this is really, really an interesting debate, but we're going to have to talk some more about it right after the break.
What do these people know that you don't know? They understand how listing on the Jamaica Stock Exchange can improve the profitability of their company. They know the potential for increasing the company's capital, the governance requirements, the tax responsibilities, the ownership implications, and the procedures for listing. They have the knowledge to make an informed decision on whether or not to go public. Knowledge is power. If you don't know, you can't act. Begin a conversation with the Jamaica Stock Exchange to gain the information you need to make a decision.
I'm Stafford Burrows.
I'm Marilyn Burrows.
My name is Hugh Graham.
I'm John Mafood.
My name is Derek Cottrell, and we are listed on the Jamaica Junior Stock Exchange.
Give us a call today at 876-967-3271 to begin your transformation through conversation. We want to see your company listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange.
Welcome back to the round table. This morning, the topic is universal basic income. Is it a viable solution to combat poverty and inequality? And yes, Shelley is waiting to cuss me out. Why, Shelley?
Say I don't cuss so early in the morning. I don't know what you're accusing me of, Nathan. I just wanted to reiterate that in my proposal of giving resources instead of just the money, I want the resources to come with support, because part of what we have a challenge with, where we just give people money without any sort of guidance, especially if they're not sure what to do with the money. If you're in a state of indecision right now and somebody throws some money at you, some people can take it and do amazing things, but some people can also take it and spend it frivolously and end up in the same state after a while. So I'm saying, if it is that we're going to provide resources, we should also provide support so that they can use the resources in a way that will help citizens, like you said, come out of poverty, because that, after all, is the goal.
But then let me ask a question then. So when we talk about what I'm calling UBI, Universal Basic Income, or even the notion of a welfare society,
yes,
do we believe that this then does break down the barriers of inequality and poverty? Because
I don't know. I don't know what we can do to actually get rid of inequality completely, because inequality is a thing that I think will always happen, regardless of all what we put in place. But what we can do is reduce it. And one of the things that we can do to reduce inequality is to create opportunity for people to move from one station to the other. And that is why I start with land ownership, because one of the challenges that a lot of people have in gaining wealth is that they don't have any asset. This could be a first asset that they can use, and with the correct guidance and support, they can turn that asset into something that values even more than what they had when they just got it, and now it becomes an income earner for them.
Okay. So for me, one of the things I'll always say, so as an attorney, your earning potential is higher compared to the average earner in Jamaica, or the average worker in Jamaica.
That's telling you say make enough money, no?
No, man, earning potential, because I've heard attorneys tell me that life hard for them. Nago Carlo, the earning potential is higher. There's always this notion of the two Jamaicas, right? Yes. The idea that, because you're a doctor, lawyer, Indian chief, you're able to put yourself in a position to earn. Now, I love the idea of land, and I love the idea of a universal basic income. But I think when you talk about inequality and poverty and that disparity between the two Jamaicas, don't we think there's a little bit more that would need to be done, even outside of teaching a man how to use the land, to kind of break down that kind of disparity that exists in our society?
I agree, and that is allowing people to provide for their basic needs. And I believe if we bridge the gap in some way, shape, or form to provide persons with money to satisfy those basic needs, I think we'll be ahead of the game. But the consideration is, and I guess from a government standpoint, is can this work? Can I afford this? What
can government afford it?
That's a big debate.
Well, Shelley, do you think that government can afford it, Shelley?
I think government can afford it. Let me tell you something. We can afford the things we consider important. When we want things to happen, we find the money and it happens. Now, I think that just like how we have a minimum income, we need to have a maximum income. Some people don't need to make more than a certain amount of money. Yes, I said it. We don't have a resources problem. We have a greed problem. Some people want all of the things for themselves, and they should not be allowed to keep all the things for themselves. How dare one man own 15 different apartment complexes and homeless people exist? Make it one 3 and give it the next 12 to share amongst the poor. I said it.
Well, thank you for that one, Shelley. You know what? I'm not going to disagree with you, because the truth is, I don't believe in a maximum. I don't believe in a ceiling, because one of the things I want to always give is the notion that you work, you build, you buy, you can. But I do believe in caps. I believe in cap in home.
Some say believe in a cap, but you believe in a ceiling, but you believe in a cap?
No, so here's the difference. So the ceiling of income is different from a cap on housing.
Okay.
Right? Because for me, I don't want to tell you that you can't earn this amount of money, but I don't want you to be able to, as you say, own 30 properties. Because when you own 30 properties, that's 29 other persons who are now going to have to find somewhere else to go buy, because guess what? You, one, have 30 property. And when you do that, you as an income earner from those 30 properties can also change the market. So you are now earning so much so that when somebody goes out and sells 60 more property, you say, guess what? I have the money. So I can pay for it.
So now you want 90 properties?
So now the market is saying, oh, people are buying up these properties when it's just one man.
And
so you get, for me, that's one of the things I have. But for when you talk about that kind of notion of wanting to get that kind of equity, because it's not just inequality, it's equity, trying to give that level playing field. What are the real things that can be done, Anwar? What do you think, from your perspective, really can be done to help?
And to help people to bridge that
gap. Yeah.
Boy, there are so many things to consider in that realm. And, just to touch on your point there in relation to the cap, I believe that, as you said, people who work hard, should be able to amass the wealth that they garner. The problem comes in now where those things are that level allows for suppressing of the others. And I think the focus here is on ensuring that everyone is able to meet that those basic requirements. Not necessarily that, we're going to be affecting people progressing. I mean, people can progress. It is dependent on their efforts and their willpower and the endeavors. But, I'm not sure I agree with that cap. I'm not there. Not there with you.
Let me tell you why. But let me come back and tell you what I'll say. There's a thing called wage ratio. So it's whether it's wage to revenue, wage to income. One of the things that I have a genuine belief of is that you will find, especially government has to be the leading light. When government says that the wage ratio that we will use will ensure that the disparity between the permanent secretary and the man who wipes the floor is no greater than X, that is also a signal that for us is a sustainable amount that makes sure that the lowest is getting a very good salary, the highest is getting a very good salary. And when you do that now, your society is expected to go, okay, if government is guiding, government is putting forward policy, that's how we get that kind of equity, not worrying about the inequality anymore, the equity so much so that people are earning enough, not earning necessarily too much, and they're earning in a way that one, you can go and buy, which means a man can be an entrepreneur and still earn money. You're earning enough that you can go and get all the basic amenities, which means that everybody is fed, everybody's getting what they need. And then you're earning so much so that the government can then take back the taxes that it needs to continue to run the society, to make sure that as that young man who is growing up is seeing his society being run properly, he knows that when I become 18 and I'm starting to put forward my taxes, or even before, because I'm paying GCT or I'm paying whatever that is, I am now going to be able to earn a decent lifestyle because of that.
You already mentioned that there are some persons in our society who are unable to actively participate in the earning part of it, and so basically with your plan they are outside of it, and that's unfair because different people with different level of ability or disabilities need support. What I am saying is we need to have basic needs covered. So education, health, house, food. We need to have basic need covers. You might give that man in the company that you just gave as the example, where he's learning the lowest, but he have to spend all of his money for house, food, education, and money. And the person at the top, just take your money and invest it and make more money and buy more house and buy more land. And that so even though the person at the bottom is still earning, they cannot get to grow with the money that they earn because their money that they earn has to go into meeting their basic needs. How about we meet those basic needs from the government, meet those basic needs, universal health care, free education. I'm not talking about things that is pie in the sky. This happens in a lot of developed countries. And then when that person make this money now, they have an opportunity to invest something and grow wealth so that his children can come and have a better chance in life.
But then let me ask a question then to both of you. Do you believe that universal welfare in a society does break down inequality and poverty? No, meaning, so when we put it here this way, yes, you look in Britain, what their idea of as poverty versus Jamaica's poverty is different. But there are persons in Britain who are living a lifestyle that is very different compared to a middle income earner or a top earner, even with the welfare that is being afforded to them. So is it really breaking those barriers?
Of course it will break the barrier.
Okay.
Oh, come on. So what you're saying to me, Nathan, that if we look at the homeless population and say to them, I will give you a house, I will give you food to eat, you can go to the doctor and take care of that diabetes, it don't make a difference in that person's life because them still now compared to what's going on in Britain?
Well,
what you saying?
You know, Shelly, after the break, I'm going to tell you what I say.
Yeah, man.
So guys, let's come back. I know it's getting hot, but we have another break. Stay tuned for more.
Have in the cut. No, today episode I got nice. Legends, Senator, my longtime brethren, the great, all-star, the king, and the man himself. Salute! You know, as man, we're not too go specialist, and that's the pinnacle of the problem. We want some new era. Do what you love and you never work a day in your life. Lie! You work till a week. It was pandemonium. Country people can relate to me I talk about.
What you think about me no matter, you know. What matter to me is what me think about myself.
Man United, you know. I don't care what a man want to say.
You know, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, man. You finished?
Yes, we finished.
The Cut is brought to you by Flow and Guinness.
CVM presents Copa Fans. Chile. It took 99 years for them to win their first continental title, which they defended at the Copa America Centenario in 2016. Chile won both the 2015 and 2016 finals against Argentina on penalties, even though they have never defeated the Albiceleste over regular time.
Welcome to the ZZ Lottery Draw for 8:25 a.m. Monday, June 17th, 2024. The one-drop winning number is 18. The hat-trick winning numbers are 6, 5, 2. The four-play winning numbers are 8, 8, 4, 6. The fireball is white. Thank you for playing with Izizi.
Thanks for staying with us. It's almost time to wrap things up, but first, we have to get some final thoughts in. And yes, the truth still is that the best conversations generally happen after the break, where we can turn off the camera and don't get sued for what we have to say. But Anwar, Shelley, we've been talking about universal basic income, and really what we're talking about is inequality and poverty. How do we combat these things in our society? Anwar, as a guest, we've touched on so many little things: capping, house ownership, universal basic income, offering assets. How do we end inequality and poverty in the world?
That's a big question. But, as we were talking just now, I was thinking that where we're going now, as in the world, towards a situation where a lot of the labor force is being replaced by artificial intelligence, robotics, and humans are going to be out of a job, so to speak. Mm-hmm. Maybe universal basic income is a good concept to combat that. I mean, there's a flip side to it as well, as we've seen, as we've had discussions about, people abusing the system. Are we able to run the numbers, do enough tests, checks and balances to ensure that the system will work, or that we will be able to protect persons from, or safeguard to ensure persons meet their basic needs and necessities? It's maybe going to be trial and error and calculated risks and analysis.
Like it?
Well, all I have to say is we cannot allow the bad behavior of a few to stop us from supporting the people who are most in need, the people who are most vulnerable. Free healthcare, education, housing, and food needs to be a thing. Take care of our basic needs so that people can grow and become innovative and do all the things. Yes, AI exists, but guess what? The human spirit is still there, and as we invent AI, so AI going to have to wait. We are going to invent something bigger than AI too, but we have to take care of our people so that we can grow and innovate. And final point, we don't need so many billionaires in the world. From you make $1 billion, the rest of it should go to supporting your country. I'll leave it there.
Love it. For me, I'm an unapologetic socialist. I take that for what you want to take it. I believe government's job is to take care of people. I think you have to accept that you have a role. Government has a role to ensure that people's daily lives has a basic minimum, and it will always grow. If you're not doing that, you're not doing your job. We don't need to run off to space. We don't need to figure out what's at the bottom of the ocean. We need to make sure that people are eating food, have a house over them, a roof over them head, a house to live in. As Shelley said, the basic amenities. Let us recognize that the world we live in is ours to shape. And a lot of the things that we fight and trivialize and run over and talk over, it's a waste of time when people are being hungry and being left. That's a wrap for the roundtable today, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, enjoy the rest of your week, guys. And as you go forward into the world, remember to be good and be on purpose. Bless.
Can't stop you. It's for you to make the best in the life. Now that you've got the